10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Stadium Connect North. We are now at episode, actually doesn't tell us which episode we are now, but we do have a lot of episodes in our bag, right?
This is number 25.
25, there you go, there you have it.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, we are a show where we talk about anything Stadia news, but what is special about us is that we have a positive outcome on everything basically, and we do also post news about the community, and stay tuned because we have at the start of the show we have an interview with one of our community member, which is going to be very interesting. But before we do that, I would just like to say, John, how you been doing?
Oh, good. Busy week. What did we earlier this week? We talked with Kyokan Interactive about Deliver Us the Moon. We played some Mad Streets. We played some Rainbow Six Siege Team Deathmatch. Today was playing some Adventure Time, and of course everything else that falls in between with family and our job commitments and things like that. So, but it's been a great week.
Nice, yeah, great and busy, but we had a lot of fun.
Definitely.
What about you, Fletch? I know that talking about busy, I know that you're one busy man doing a lot of news. I've seen on your this week you've did some news on GeForce Now, right? And what else have you been doing?
Yeah, a bit of everything really. Stadia news, preparing some content down the line. Just so many hands in every single basket at the moment, and I swear it's not enough. It's not enough for me just to do.
No, not enough, right?
And then you got all the pro games coming out next week, and I'm there I've got to review all of those, and then Adventure Time came out today, and it's it's just so much stuff. But it's been fun. It's but a lot of work.
Very true. Oh, it's so boring, right? Like there's never anything to cover in cloud gaming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Something going on, right?
Exactly. Myself, I've been good. I've been doing my usual streaming, my usual podcast. Look forward for next week because I think I'll be restructuring my my channel a little bit. So look forward for that. But I've been playing some Mad Streets with John, some Rainbow Six Siege, and everything else in between, which I really enjoy. Now, before we get to the main event, I'd like to say just hello to everyone in the chat. We have PyCon Fusion, Mark Silly, Almost Time, Caliphate, Miss T22. We've got David Robinson in the chat. We've got Dave D. Hey, Zarina. And I think that's it. Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Now, without further ado, let me introduce you to the panel's guest and the person that we'll be interviewing today on the show. Here comes Mr. David Robinson.
What's going on, Gaming Nation Army? My name is David Robinson. How you doing all?
Oh man, David.
I love David's energy. I love his energy. He's always happy, smiling, so energetic. I love that. I love that about you. I remember that's
Thank
like
you.
one
Oh,
of the
thank
first
you.
things. First things I noticed when we first met and we were streaming and playing along together is just how awesome you are. So we are very, very happy to have you on the show today. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad to be part of this community. This is amazing. I love Stadia so much. I first started with playing it all the way back in 2020, and now here I am.
Yeah.
Here
So
you are. Yeah.
it's interesting that you say that because for me, when I discovered you, you just popped out of nowhere. For me, like you just like, oh, here's David, and he does Stadia stuff. Like that was so random for me to just see you there and being so energetic and all the games that you play is awesome. So
Yeah.
it's just a question that I've been popping in my head. I always wanted to know, like, how did you discover Stadia? Why did it interest you and everything like that?
I started watching a video by, I believe it was Rerez, who actually done like a video about Stadia and why it was being such a rough launch. But I just said, why don't I just check it out for myself and see my opinion on it? And I thought, wow, it was a pretty good product at the time.
Very nice.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. So David, let's see. We're gonna take it back a little bit, rewind a little bit. Like for video games, how did you become interested in video games, and what are some of your favorite video games that you've played over the years?
Oh, that's a really good question. I started playing started playing video games when I was age 8 years old. When my mom got me my first Sega Mega Drive, and I played a bit of Sonic the Hedgehog, and that was the beginning of the gaming landslide. And then as I grow up, I think my favorite game of all time, it has to be Kingdom Hearts. Definitely.
Yes. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Kingdom Hearts because it's a really good RPG series that it grown to me so much, and I have so many favorites. And I played either the DS or the PSP version.
Yeah, Bird by Sleep and 300 and some divided by 2 days.
It's 356 days over 2.
There you go. You got
boy.
it. Fun fact about me is, so back in 2002, when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, I wanted it so bad, but I had no money, and I was just a kid. And I've traded a motorcycle for the game. No kidding. Like, I had a motorcycle. I was not using it. Yeah. And I was like, I need that game. I'm going to ask someone, hey, do you want a motorcycle for Kingdom Hearts? And they said yes. And no regrets. I was always happy with that trade. And I'll always remember that.
The only game that I had really bad memories playing was Bubsy 3D, and I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah. Bubsy. Good old Bubsy. They did a remake in the last couple of years of Bubsy, but I don't think it took off. Bubsy tried to make a comeback, those 90s video game characters with the attitude. They had, everyone was trying to model after Sonic, right? Because Sonic had that attitude where he'd be tapping his foot or, shaking his, stuff like that. So we all had those quite a few different of the 90s characters.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, so David, tell us again a little bit more about yourself, as far as like, do you do streaming? That
was my question I had.
We want to know everything about David Robinson that you want to share with us.
Well, I first started doing videos, and I think it was a little bit of a balance to try out. But then all of a sudden, I had an idea. Why not I just go full-time streaming instead of making videos? And I thought, that's it. I need it. I need the break I needed. And ever since I started doing the streams, I got more popular because of Friday Night Funkin' or Stadia or any cloud-based games I like.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, because you did get a surge of people watching you, and do you have any tricks for any people who start streaming?
I think it's because you need all energy, like a positive energy. and just say never giving up on your dreams to become a YouTuber, and don't give up. You got this talent you needed.
Very nice. So from what I've heard, a little birdie told me that someone might be having a birthday pretty soon.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. Happy birthday in advance. And do you have anything to say about that? Do you have any announcement? Or
Well, I am doing streaming on the 29th of April, which I'm going to do Friday Night Funkin', and I play any game. And if you guys want to come along, it's at 8 o'clock UK time on my YouTube channel. It's at youtube.com/DavidRobinsonYT.
Awesome. Wow, that sounds like it's going to be fun. We have the link to in the description of the video here. It's a link, and it gives you all of the places where you can find David. What's it? Your YouTube, your Twitch, your
I used to have a
Twitter?
Twitch. I used to have Twitch because unfortunately, I used to have Twitch, but I didn't stream on that because for some reason there was something bad going on. But I didn't want to mention it because I want to be a positive person today.
Oh, okay. That's good to hear.
And
Wow.
I even do my own podcast, which recently I actually did a Sonic the Hedgehog episode where I talked about the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie.
oh yeah, it's been announced now.
Wow,
Did we get a
yeah.
trailer? Yeah, we got a trailer for that.
Yeah, the
already.
final
Yeah.
trailer, yeah.
Yeah, we did. That's true.
Wow, that's awesome.
Funny you say that because I started playing the first Sonic since last week lately, which is kind of fun. Like I don't know, Sonic, any Sonic, man, give it in my hand and I'll play it. You know, like so even
Yeah.
Sonic Force, I had fun. You know,
Yeah.
with that. So it's very nice. So will you be streaming some Sonic soon out of you know the movie coming out?
Yes, I am. I'm actually been playing the Olympic Games 2020 game, and I actually played as the Sonic avatar I've been using.
Awesome.
Nice.
That is great. So David, can you tell us what are some of your favorite games on Stadia?
Ooh, there's so many. There's so many, but I had to pick the top 5 of my favorites, and I think the first one you already know, 9 to 5, of course.
Yep, for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, for those that don't know, I'm just sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you here. For
No,
those
don't worry.
that don't know, Ninja put together you put together a team. You asked myself and David for part of a 9 to 5 tournament, and we
Yes.
had so much fun on that weekend playing. Although we didn't win, we got a couple of kills
was
here
so
and there,
fun.
right? But
Yeah.
it was so fun, and it was
Yeah.
awesome.
I can't believe the second round there, the next day, like we actually won like one whole round. Like and
Yeah.
there was some good people there. Like I started following
Mhm.
these guys and I can't believe we did it. Like it was very exciting. I was shaking, I think, on that day. You know, like,
Yeah.
I know how you feel. It's the same with me.
yeah.
Mhm.
It was so cool.
And the
Awesome.
second favorite, of course, it's Borderlands 3, of course.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice.
Awesome.
And of course, Rainbow Six Extraction, which I played with you guys actually.
That's
Nice.
true.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rainbow
Jeez.
Six Siege. I actually unlocked all of the unlockables from Rainbow Six Extraction, which I thought it was a pretty good game actually.
Nice.
Mhm.
I'm not even there yet,
Wow.
so hats off to that. It's not
Wow.
an easy game. Oh my gosh.
I know it's not an
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
game. And finally, I got to say thanks for the prize, by the way, the Monopoly Madness game.
Really?
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
Nice.
Good.
I
I'm glad to hear
actually-
that you're enjoying that.
I loved it. It's just an amazing game. I actually streamed it on the channel, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's so chaotic.
Yeah, it's not your traditional Monopoly there. It's a whole new spin on it. And
Yeah,
wow, that is
Mhm.
so awesome to hear that you're enjoying it. Wow.
yeah.
That is great.
I'm surprised that you didn't mention Doom because you've been enjoying a lot
Oh,
of Doom
yeah,
also, right?
Doom.
Yeah, yeah.
Doom 2016 and Doom 64.
Doom 64.
Oh,
yeah, nice,
yeah,
nice.
there we
That's a good
go,
one.
yep.
So we were also wondering, like, so you know, you're a big fan of Stadia, but you know, when we play Stadia and stuff, like, we're always wondering stuff. So, like, to you, if there would be like one feature that you would like
Yeah.
Stadia to have that it doesn't have right now, what would it be?
Well, I would like to see remote play, like, for example, when you wanted to play somewhere else, like on someone else's TV, you could do that, like PS Vita or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
I would.
interesting. But like the way Stadia works, is a website, right? So
Yeah, it's a
you can-
cloud-based. Yeah.
yeah. So, but remote play would be like, I guess you could see the game on multiple screen, which would be very convenient. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so now I get what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Which is like the PlayStation Vita with its remote play when it's on PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Wow. That is definitely interesting. Well, I know that you've got some prior engagements here, so we're not going to keep you to too long. But if you could just remind everybody about the special event next month, we want to make sure that everybody
Yeah.
knows about it and we can come out and join in on the fun.
All right, I'm going to say this again. For all you Stadia community, if you want to come and join me, it's at 29th of April on Fridays, which I do Friday Night Funkin' mod showcase. And if you guys got a suggestion, please let me know on DMs at Starfox Gaming YT, or come and join me on Discord, because I'm on Discord 24/7 at Starfox Gaming YT, hashtag 9943.
Nice.
Awesome.
Which Discord server can people find you?
Oh, you can. I will private link you my my server, and I know
Oh.
a certain someone from the Stadia community, Papa Bear Gaming, is actually in it with me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I am on Papa Bear Gaming's Discord, but
Yeah.
give it to us and we'll share it in the chat for
Yeah,
sure.
I will share. I will try and get the link.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just set it to no limit, never. There we go.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying. I know what you're going at.
Yeah, I am gonna post it right here.
Got it.
Oh, whoops, that's my YouTube.
That's your YouTube.
That's a YouTube link. Whoopsie whoopsie. I actually.
That's the naughty YouTube account of David. That's not the one we want to show people.
No,
right?
I was promoting that with my friends on Discord, and I accidentally copied it by mistake.
Gotcha. Okay.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, and I believe another person from my server. I think you already know him, Mr. 1030.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
Mr.
Ralph.
1030.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ralph. Awesome. And we even have, like, I know when I'm streaming, like, a lot of your friends too, David, will come into our streams and start chatting and talking with us. So you've got a lot of friends too that are just as nice and as energetic as you are,
Definitely.
Yeah.
very passionate about video games. So it's great to see. When I was streaming Adventure Time today, we had somebody come in that knew you, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I know David.
There you go.
He told me about you, and I thought I'd come check it out." So
Yeah.
it's
And
fantastic.
there was another person from my server named Brian, and he's in the server. He's in the Discord with you guys because he plays a lot of Dead by Daylight.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so Califet is asking, is there a link for your YouTube? Califet, there is. If you check out the description of the video, we've got there's like a master link that will give you all the different places where you can find David. And yeah, this is awesome. Again, David,
Yeah.
like I said, we totally love your energy, your excitement,
Yeah.
your positivity. And
Yeah.
you know, just the aura around you is so awesome. You know, if you're ever feeling down, talk to David.
Oh my gosh,
Just
yes.
with a hello, he could put a smile
Yeah.
on your face.
And also,
So-
NinjaGuy, just for you, I actually gave you a moderator and the GNA support role.
Ooh, look at that! Yeah, I just joined his Discord.
wow.
I'm shamefully saying that I only joined his Discord right now. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so if you. And there's a lot of tons of craziness going on because the guys are playing on my Discord server. We're just doing Shell Shockers.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
Shockers,
Wow.
man, that rings a bell. But I haven't heard that. in a
Yeah,
long
this
time.
one was made by Blue Wizard Digital, and the game is an absolute mayhem. And sometimes you get some sort of pings and lags and all that.
I see. Oh man.
Oh my god.
But yeah, as you can see, like David, like I really encourage you to go subscribe to his channel. Like it's in the description. Like if you say hi in his chat, he has so much energy to say hi to you.
Yeah.
Like you'll love it. You'll love it. So I really encourage you guys.
Trust me.
Yeah.
And if you guys suggest me a game you want me to play, just let me know on the Discord.
And he loves to play multiplayer games like you've seen, like Monopoly Madness, Extraction, and games like that. So definitely, if you need a multiplayer guy, he's the guy for you.
I also play
Definitely.
a lot of single player games myself, including a bit of a horror game because I'm a horror fan myself.
Ah, no way.
Wow. That's awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
And another one. Thank you so much.
Wow, look at that.
I'm
They're
gonna.
coming in left and right here.
Oh my god! Thank you so much. You guys are
Yeah.
so awesome.
Well, definitely. We like to, as Ninja mentioned earlier, we like to, spread the news about people in the community, and because it just helps bring awareness, and you can find
Yeah.
all these awesome people, individuals as yourself.
Yeah.
So we were so glad that you were able to come on the show here today, and
Yeah.
I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and
Yeah.
we'll have to get together and play
Yeah.
again
Exactly.
for
Yep.
sure. And looking forward to your birthday stream as well, helping
Yeah.
you celebrate
And
your birthday.
yeah. And thank you very much to Callie. Is that correct?
Yep,
Yep,
Cali
Fat
Fat 93.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Callie, for joining the Discord. Thank you so much. You guys are rock.
Awesome. Alrighty. All right. Well, take care, David. Have a
right.
wonderful weekend, and we'll see you again soon.
See you later,
See you,
guys.
David.
All
Have a good
Bye.
weekend. Bye.
Oh wow, I love Dave. He's so awesome, isn't he?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so great.
I
Yeah.
love
I wish
him.
I had that much energy. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's taken out of me, I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't know, but yeah, I love his energy for sure. So before we continue, I would just like to say that we have a poll right now in the chat. We're asking, do you think that the difficulty of porting games on Stadia depends on a game-to-game basis? And the reason why we got this poll is because this is what we're going to talk about in the open chat at the end of our show. And yeah, it's always been an interesting subject to me, so we'll be diving into that later today.
And before we dive into the news here too, I'll just remind, I already see a lot of people entering. We're giving away a copy of Mad Streets in the chat. All you need to do is type hashtag Mad Streets. Oh my gosh, we've had so much fun with the game. Smack talking with the cowboy as well. It's great. Ray's played along. Zarena as well. I'm trying to think. There's so many different people that we've played this and just had fun, playing with the game. And we've even got a little bit of updates in the news here, which will segue into about the game itself. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and see. I'm going to put this on here. We'll put us to the side. And I think we're good to go. So this week on Stadia, it was our blog post week, and also we got to learn about the Stadia Pro games for April. So I know, like, talking before the blog came out on Tuesday, people weren't quite sure. Are we gonna learn about the Pro games for April today, or will it be next week? Because technically, April 1st isn't until a week from today. So we weren't quite sure, but oh my gosh, this blog post was probably one of the best blog posts in a while. We can see down here in the chat, Califat's even saying here, I feel like a kid on Christmas with this next month. And that's for sure, because we're going to look at it here. You can already see by the little infographic here of some of the games that are mentioned, but we're going to dive in here. World War Z, it was the hot topic of a lot of people because they were wondering. It was announced in the fall saying that it's coming this winter, and winter ended last Saturday. The first day of spring was this past Sunday, and no World War Z. So everyone was all up in arms and wondering, where's World War Z? Is it delayed? Well, not only did we get an update on it, we also found out that World War Z is coming to Stadia Pro. So it's going to launch directly into Stadia Pro here. And you can see here, it says the ultimate co-op zombie shooter inspired by Paramount Pictures blockbuster movie of the same name. World War Z Aftermath is coming to Stadia here. Join up to 3 friends or play on your own with AI teammates. I don't suggest you do that. If you can play with others, That's going to be your best experience against hordes of ravenous zombies in immersive story episodes across new ravaged locations from around the world. What is totally awesome about this too here is that it's crossplay. So it's going to be crossplay with Xbox, PlayStation. I don't PC for sure. I don't think Nintendo Switch, but we'll find out here. Callie Fett here in the chat saying World War Z used to be third person only, and now we're going to get Stadia's getting its own Left 4 Dead, and that's so true. It definitely has the Left 4 Dead vibes. Now, I know when the blog initially came out, I myself was like, oh yes, we can't wait next Friday, April 1st. But it wasn't until the Cowboy pointed out to me earlier this week that the blog post actually says, and you can see it here, World War Z Aftermath hit Stadia Pro during the first week of April. So we might not necessarily get it next Friday. It might be the following Monday or Tuesday or whatnot. But that's, a great spot there by the Cowboy, at least for myself, because when the blog came out, I was over on Rock Show and I was like, I was for sure that it says April 1st. I went back through his video and where he was going through the stuff, and no, it says the first week of April. So, I would love to see it next Friday, but we might not. They put out a little trailer here because there's a new update for it. But I was kind of wanted to think, well, this trailer is playing. I was like, Ninja, what are you excited for this game? Do you have any thoughts on it, or does it interest you?
It's definitely an exciting game. Like, give us more, PvE games. It's this is what Stadia players like mostly, and it's cool because it is like with the World War Z and with the Aftermath DLC, it's almost like a $60 Canadian game. So getting this for free is pretty amazing. The Aftermath DLC give us the first person perspective. Like, was it Califet who said that? Mm-hmm. And we also get like 2 new worlds from that, which is
wow.
Very cool. It seems to be like a very beefy game. So it's going to be very fun. It's not going to be my first one I'm going to play, but I'm going to play it throughout, my pro subscription for sure.
Awesome. Fletch, what about you? Are you excited for World War Z, or what are your initial thoughts on it? Have you played it on any other platforms?
I did. So I actually played it on Xbox when it first came out, because I think it launched straight onto Game Pass when it first came out. So I had the opportunity to play it on there. But yeah, I'll be interested to dive back in because I actually never played it when the Aftermath DLC came out. So it'd be interesting to try first person in it. I think that'd be quite cool. But yeah, it's definitely a really good game, and the fact that I can play it for free, happy days.
Very nice.
That's awesome. And we see Mike Johnson in the chat was saying that this is the best pro lineup so far, currently playing the Far Cry free play weekend, which we're going to get to here. Can't wait for World War Z. Got that Left 4 Dead, Dead Rising vibe. Definitely, for sure. I'm really looking forward to this as well. So we're just a little over a week away, possibly. So it's good there, to know that the game hasn't went to the abyss here, and it's still coming out. So really looking forward to that, and can't wait. So the next game that we got information about, we did a little interview on Monday with the developers of Deliver Us the Moon, Kyoken, and we were talking about the game and bringing the game to Stadia. And we know that earlier in the month, Fletch pointed out in one of the Wired podcasts, they announced that Deliver Us the Moon was launching on April 22nd on Stadia. So when we were talking to the developers on Monday about this, and we had mentioned that, the look on Cohen's face was like, okay, if that's what they told you, and he hinted that there's going to be more announcements, coming from Wired Productions. Well, guess what? The very next day, we know why he was looking at us funny, because Deliver Us the Moon is coming April 1st, so a week from today, right into Stadia Pro. And this is so awesome. If you haven't already, I know we had it as part of the community news, Ninja, but if you haven't already, check out our interview with them, Cohen and Merlin. two great individuals. Is so awesome. They're all the way over in the Netherlands too. We learned so much about the game and also about the studio itself and Stadia. So Cohen is a Stadia founder, avidly plays Stadia, and it's great to see. So our fingers crossed too. Just yesterday, Deliver Us Mars, the sequel was announced. It's from a different publisher, and Stadia isn't listed as a platform. But if you go back on our interview, we asked the question, if whatever game you're working on, is it coming to Stadia? And they neither confirmed nor denied. So it wasn't a no, but it wasn't a yes. So fingers crossed, maybe we'll hear something soon about that. But regardless, Deliver Us the Moon is coming a week from today, April 1st, straight into Stadia Pro. That's great. I'm so excited for it. I mean, Fletch, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I've always wanted to try out the game, so it gives me a reason to now play it. And sort of, I know people rave about how good it is with regards to its story. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to going into it, and especially having the interview with the guys about it, sort of telling us what to expect of sort of different perspectives, etc. Yeah, really, really hyped me up. So yeah, I can't wait. Bring on the April 1st.
That's awesome. Now, Ninja, I know you said this isn't going to be the first game you play that when April 1st rolls around, but what are your thoughts on Deliver Us the Moon from everything that we saw or seen or found about so far?
Yeah, so it's not the first game that I'm going to play, but it's my most anticipated game. It's just, I like to play games like in a certain order. But yeah, very, very exciting. This is my type of game, a single player experience, like a thriller. You want to know what's going to happen with some puzzles. I like a good story. So definitely very excited about this one. I didn't know about it until, Wired Production talked about it. Because I'm not too familiar with PC games. I've always been a console gamer, right? And like, I've never really heard about this one. And no, it's really interesting, and I can't wait to see what kind of game it is. Very excited for Deliver Us to Mars if we can get this one. Like you mentioned in the interview, the Kyokan, the main guy, he was very enthusiastic about Stadia, right? So
Yes.
Even if maybe the publisher is not interested, maybe he'll put in the word, Stadia, possibilities.
Yep.
So you never know.
Yep, and he did say his goal is to get the games on as many screens as possible. So him being a Stadia founder, avidly plays Stadia, him and his daughter as well mentioned. I think there's a good chance, maybe not right at launch, but I think maybe soon after. We'll see. I don't know. More news to come about that. If Deliver Us Mars comes to Stadia, you can bet we're going to ask them back on the show, no doubt.
Yeah,
and because we had such a good time with them, and they are great people. So moving along here, City of Legends, Supernatural, and City of Legends. I'm just tongue tied here. I guess I'm excited because the weekend's here. We'll start over here. Try to surpass the Supernatural in City Legends. Afraid of ghost stories? This might not be the game for you. So City of Legends here is the it's similar to Adam Wolf in that kind of point and click adventure. We learned about that it was coming to Stadia. Oh boy, what was it? Was it last month or earlier this month?
Yeah, not that long ago.
Not too long ago. Several weeks ago, we learned that it was coming. So now we know exactly. City of Legends is coming directly into Stadia Pro next Friday, April the 1st. So Adam Wolf, I'm really enjoying. I've beaten the first episode. I haven't been able to go back and play the other episodes. I think there's 4 total.
Yeah.
I believe Bump was saying that he played it all right away straight, like from beginning to end. It was like, and he beat it in 8.5 hours. I really enjoyed Adam Wolf, and I think it's like a different it's a different type of game, a different pace. It's got that story, that mystery, and you don't need to be so like your reflexes. You don't need to be on the ball all the time. Like you can sit there with your phone or your tablet or however you want to play. It's got Adam Wolf had touch controls here, so hopefully City Legends will be the same. And just a nice, relaxing game that you can play here. And again, coming direct to Stadia Pro, that just means more people will give it a chance. You might say, well, it's not really my type of game, but Stadia Pro, if you've got a subscription, why not just give it a try and see? Probably surprise yourself.
Yep,
for sure. Oh, I see. Thank you so much, Carmelo, in the chat there with a $20 super sticker. Now, I don't know if he's going to try and play us like Zarena and Vivi did, but we'll read it out here.
Yeah.
Carmelo with a $20 Canadian, a pear character dancing under a rain of confetti and taking his hat off to say, "You are amazing."
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Carmelo.
And I also want to say thank you, Carmelo, for joining for 7 months. He's been subscribing for a 7 month with the Scarmy. So thank you very much for that.
The 7 month Scarmiversary. Wow.
Very
Carmelo,
nice.
I've got you trained good. Nah, he's just messing around. Yeah. Carmelo's a good friend.
Awesome.
He lives maybe about a half hour away. He works here in Toronto. Carmelo's awesome. So thank you so much, Carmelo. Really appreciate it. We also learned here that Ys 9 Monstrum Nox, which originally came out, I believe, in July or August of last year, as well as Chicken Police, Paint It Red, which was released in December, are coming to Stadia Pro next Friday, April 1st. This is so awesome. I've already seen in the chat people say they're excited for Ys 9. I played and beat the game. I reviewed it for the Best Buy blog. I really like it. Like Ys, there's some might think, oh, well, it's number 9. How can I jump into it? Each of the games are their own story. There's a little bit of like talk that might mention something that happened in 8, which is also on Stadia. And is actually in Stadia Pro now, but it's getting ready to leave. But you can pretty much go into Ys 9 and have like enjoy it without ever having played any of the other games itself. It's really great. You can, without doing everything in the game, and there's a lot to see and do in the game, it's a good 30 to 40 hours. But if you want to do everything, it's a good 60 to 80 hours, maybe even more.
Yes.
I believe Ex-Predator did 100%. I think he did 100% on that game. It was like, holy mackerel. But it's great to see. And that's a game that isn't available on another platform that we've seen that's caused a little bit of controversy on Twitter saying, oh, how come Ys 9 isn't available on our platform? It's an atrocity, but we won't get into that. We'll just mention it. So NIS America, thanks so much. Appreciate that being on Stadia. And again, Chicken Police, another awesome game. Is so clucking funny. I had to think what I was going to say here. I remember I completed that game. I beat it on New Year's Eve. So it was my last game that I played and beat in 2021. And it is so fun. Like the humor in it, the innuendos that they say, the story itself, it's all fun. And again, another laid back type game where you can just enjoy yourself. Take your time in playing. If you want to play it for, 20, 30 minutes and come back to it a couple hours later or a couple of days later, you can definitely do that. And it's really, really fun. I really enjoyed it.
Not gonna lie, I was gonna pick up Chicken Police, but I'm glad that I was so close to buying it, and then like 2 days later, it was like, oh, it's going to Pro. I was like, oh, and then with Ys, so I was like, I've never played a Ys game, so I was there like, another one as a collection. I'll get around to it at some point.
I can't see. Says peck and choose your words. So
I love that.
Definitely, yeah. There's a lot of like the chicken innuendos in there, and a little bit like adult themes as well, but not like too vulgar or anything. So it's, you may want to watch if you're playing it around younger ones a little bit, depending on your tastes and stuff like that. But you'll know like quickly, once you start playing Chicken Police, what type of comfort level that you'll have with it. But yeah, that comes from our friend at Handy Games.
Here
So
we
Kelly
have. Yeah, he asked if it's like the Hotline Miami games, but it is not. It is actually more comparable to Adam Wolf, basically like a detective type of game.
Yep.
But with a little bit more like humor, I guess. Like it's a little bit more funny, and
Yeah, it's actually animals. Okay, so it's that noir. What do they call it?
Yeah, the noir.
The 30s, 40s noir type theme, and it's human bodies with animal heads on them, and they're animated. I know it sounds strange. You can check out. I did a stream back in December when it came out, and I mean, I originally was going to stream for an hour. I think I ended up streaming for almost 3 hours. Exception was in the chat, just laughing, blowing it up. He's just like, "Oh my gosh, this is so funny," and this is awesome from Handy Games. So glad that it came to Stadia and awesome. Film noir. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for, and it was so great to see now it's on Stadia Pro. I think my personal opinion is we're going to start to see more and more games that come to Stadia that launch into Stadia Pro just because of the incentives and getting that wider audience. So this is awesome to see here.
Interesting.
Yeah, so let's see. We're going to go here. So we've got those 5 games coming, and there are going to be 1, 2, 3. Is it 4? Is it the same amount leaves? 3? No, 4 leave.
Yeah, it's 3 games and sort of like 1 DLC. Creator Premium Edition. Obviously, Creator's free. The Premium Edition is just extra content.
So we've got Ease 8 is leaving. Moonlighter, Spirit, Lucky's Big Adventure, and the Creator Premium Edition. So if you're a Stadia Pro subscriber and haven't already claim those before next Friday so you can get those in your library. And remember, as long as you subscribe to Stadia Pro, those games are available for you to play. If you decide to take a month or a few months off, when you come back, the games are still in your library and you can play them. So that is that's one of the great things about Stadia Pro is that they never leave your collection here. Next up, it was we saw that a couple of people in the Stadia community saw there was ratings for World War Z last Tuesday and also Adventure Time. Well, sure enough, here it is. Adventure Time, the Land of Ooze underwater, and it's up to Finn and Jake to find out why. There's a lot of fans of the Adventure Time cartoon series on Cartoon Network. This game has been in the Outright Games library for a couple of years. I originally played it on Switch a couple of years ago. I enjoyed my time with it, but on Switch, what I found was the load times were longer and some performance issues. I played and streamed it today on Stadia. Those are no longer an issue. It loads up quickly. It runs and looks great. It's got the original characters' voices from the cartoon. So if you're an Adventure Time fan, I'm sure you'll love this. It's got like a turn-based RPG fighting in it. You can do an interrogation, 3D third-person world. Like, it's just so fun. It is so awesome. So if you're an Adventure Time fan, you can pick this up, and that's from our good friends at Outright Games.
Yeah, I tried it today and very faithful. If you like the comedy of Adventure Time like I do, it's very faithful to the TV show, which is good. I'm already enjoying it.
Yeah, it's so funny. And when you're going on your boat, whose name is Jeff, so your boat's name is Jeff. Finn and Jake are singing these songs. Just all this silliness. Everything from the cartoon that people fell in love with is here in the game, so it's really authentic. And I recommend it. Like if you're a fan of it, you can definitely check out my stream as well. I know Fletcher working on a review. I've got a review over on the Best Buy Canada blog for the game, which is pretty much the same. I had, again, my qualms were on the Switch that it was slow loading and performance. You don't have those on Stadia, so it's a pretty good game that definitely fans will like. So I don't know, Ninja, are you an Adventure Time fan or
no? watched the show. I've never really, I've looked into the 3DS game a while back, because I was curious, and they seem kind of like Zelda-like games on the 3DS,
Mhm.
and it
Mhm.
piqued my curiosity, but I never went into them. But yeah, like when I saw that, I was very surprised that it was a game published by Outright Games because it seems a little bit more mature than the usual
Mhm.
games that they publish. So
Yeah.
it's very impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Definitely. Alrighty. So we're gonna mosey on down here. Well, we talked about this last week. Trivial Pursuit Live 2 is available on Stadia, and Fletch even's got a review for it. Now, jog my memory here. Did we play Fletch's review for Trivial Pursuit 2 last week, or am I just confusing that with just me watching it?
I think yeah, you're confusing it because we
Oh,
put
okay.
Matt Street's review last week.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes, yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Okay, so
Re-
Fletch, maybe you could talk a little, briefly
Hmm.
about this. Like, what were your thoughts on Trivial Pursuit game?
Yeah, I think sort of I've never actually played Trivial Pursuit, so for me it was sort of the first time diving into the game anyway. Sort of I've seen other YouTubers play it in the past, like the first version. So this one sort of updates the graphics, modernizes it to the standard of today, adds a few more questions in there, and then integrates Twitch integration in there as well, along with a couple of online features which weren't available back in the previous version. So yeah, overall it is good. I can't really, like in my review I said I couldn't really recommend it to someone at the price that it is, to if they've never played Trivial Pursuit, or
Mhm.
they think, oh, I might, but I might not get it. Like, just want to play it with my friends. Like, it's okay, but it is mainly targeted more towards people who love playing it, will play
Mhm.
it a lot with their friends, or a big streamer who have the capabilities for Switch. Um, Personally, I wouldn't buy it for myself.
Yeah.
um, but it is good fun. But even the graphics on it are a bit dated still. But it's a lot better than the first one. And the first one was really dark and gloomy. So it's nice to see it a bit brighter. And obviously, it's got touch controls for Stadia, so it's the first Ubisoft title to get that.
Yeah.
So Stadia has that bonus over the other platforms already.
That's good to hear, and it's part of Ubisoft Plus. So if you've got Ubisoft
Mm.
Plus, you can claim that. I believe it's $24.99 Canadian, so probably about $19.90.
£16.99 over here.
Yeah, and then $19.99 US. I know Ninja, you have it. I've got it as well, so maybe we can do a stream sometime and play and have fun with it. But yeah, so Trivia Pursuit Live 2 on Stadia. If you've got Ubisoft Plus, you can claim that game for free, or if you're a Trivia Pursuit aficionado, you can check it out as well and purchase it. So the blog has a mention here, and I kind of want to go into. I'll segue it into another post here too. Far Cry 6 free play days with Stadia Pro coming this weekend. So it's already started. It started yesterday on the 24th, and it lasts till Monday the 28th. Now, what it lists here, and let me get over here on my screen, and I'm going to close this one out. So this is right on Ubisoft as well. Far Cry 6 free weekend and Stranger Things crossover. So that was something new too that was announced. Far Cry 6 had a crossover, a mission in there not too long ago with Rambo of all things. Like, it was just like totally bizarre. Like, what's Rambo and Far Cry 6 have to do? Well, here we are with Stranger Things. I believe the Stranger Things crossover is because is it new season starting on Netflix, or maybe just there's some type of tying in with Netflix on it?
Yeah, it's been announced. They're gonna. I'm not sure if they're in production or if they have a date yet, but I've heard news
Okay.
about Stranger Things lately. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see if we can go ahead here. We can play the
glad you know,
trailer
'cause
here.
I've never seen Stranger Things. Don't have a clue.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
So-
I really like it.
So there's the vanishing, and it's saying Far Cry 6. It's a free mission that is added. That was a super
What? That's
quick
it?
trailer. Yeah, I don't know why that it even says that, but it's a free mission in there that you get to play. And it says here, we'll talk about this in a little bit. So to coincide with the free weekend, Ubisoft announced The Vanishing, a new free Stranger Things crossover mission available today for all players. The Vanishing brings a stealth horror survivor gameplay experience to Far Cry 6 players for the first time with mysterious characters and a new lore. In The Vanishing, players enter a twisted version of Yara inspired by the Upside Down, and Danny discovers that Yarns are disappearing and nobody's safe. Not even is it how do you
The
pronounce
puppy
the thing?
chorizo.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So players can explore recreations of iconic Stranger Things inspired locations, such as a hidden bunker and an abandoned laboratory. Danny's mission with new skins for a flamethrower and shotgun in search of our puppy friend here. And we can find out what happened to the abducted Yarns here. So in addition to it being free to play from yesterday up until Monday the 28th, it's also on sale. So until the end of this month, you can get 50% off the game. The standard edition, gold and ultimate are 35% off for the season pass and 40% off of the deluxe edition. So it was announced that it's going to be free for Stadia Pro subscribers this weekend, and even in the app and on the website, it says the same thing, that Stadia Pro subscription. I'm going to look over here. Our good friend Scooterama says, when I tweeted out, he says, John, you don't even need Stadia Pro. So, what? So we're going to look here. Cool. Yeah. So he's showing us here. It says, look, I don't have Stadia Pro. And it's showing me here that I can play the game. And look, there we go. Bam. And I talked with Scooterama too. He says, yeah, you don't need Stadia Pro to be able to play. Look, and here's the screens. Scooterama debunked the myth that you need Stadia Pro, which is awesome because that just means even more people get to play it. And there we go. Mark Sally can confirm. So that's awesome. So anybody with a Stadia account can play Far Cry 6 up until Monday, and you can try it. You can play the new Stranger Things crossover mission as well. So it's fantastic. So.
And it's so good. Far Cry 6 is so good. I really recommend it for you guys to play it.
And there's lots of DLC for it as well. Like Ubisoft is really supporting this game very well. So awesome.
I have to say, someone who wasn't a fan of, I wasn't a fan of Far Cry 5. So Far Cry 6 was so much better.
Yeah.
So if you don't like Far Cry 5, you will like Far Cry 6. So yeah.
For sure. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on here. And now we have Clockwork Oranges is telling us we learned about Elemental War 2 coming to Stadia, and that's going to release on May the 6th. Well, guess what? You can now pre-order the game on Stadia, which I promptly did. It's $24.99 Canadian, $19.99 US. And for our UK friends, Fletch, how much was it? Because I know
$19.99 as well.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So there we go.
Bit annoyed with the pricing, but there you
go. So look, I could play this game in 42 days, and it's a tower defense. We talked about this last week on the show, but what's awesome to see too,
you can see
is
everything.
That single player, two players online co-op, and it's cross-platform multiplayer. So that's awesome to see. So that's a confirmation here. And we can go and look at the trailer again.
Yeah, it's very nice to get that pre-order because, like you said, like you can see all of the details. You know that if people have questions, it's all there. You get this new trailer. I don't know if it's a new trailer, but usually it's different from the one on the Stadia account. So it's very cool that we get that.
Yeah. So definitely, yeah, it's to be interesting. It wasn't like when I heard it was announced, it wasn't like, oh yeah, this is like totally awesome. I was like looking, I was like, oh, this is interesting. I definitely want to play it. For me, the $25 price was a no-brainer for me. Like I think really that it's going to be worth the $25
for a new game, right?
Yeah. I'll stream it, and people can see as well. I know Fletch will probably do a review and whatnot. And so Ninja, what are you? I know we did talk about this a little bit last week, but is this the type of game that interests you? Like, would you maybe wait for a sale to purchase it, or like
I think
What
so.
do you
Like
think?
it's piquing my curiosity, but the thing is, I'm really bad at tower defense game for some reason. I don't know why. I'm really good at RPGs. I'm very good at strategy game, but tower
Uh-huh.
defense, I just can't. I'm
Oh,
not good.
really?
So I think I'll wait for a sale and like see if I wouldn't get disappointed in myself, not at the game, but at myself, while playing it. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, yeah. I guess this is so. I've never heard about Elemental War itself,
Oh.
so I've never played the first game. I don't know, Fletch. Have you played the first game?
No, I never
Or
played the first game, but sort of this Elemental War 2 sort of, well, tower defense is my sort of game. I like the old school tower
Ah,
defense games. I used to play a lot of them as a kid, so for
yep.
me,
Nice.
seeing this was like, yeah, no brainer. And I am trying to get in talks in the moment with trying to review it earlier.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice. Yeah.
So
That's good.
potentially I might be able to get a review out earlier for everyone.
Awesome.
If not, it will be once it
Yeah.
releases.
I hope so.
That's good.
I haven't seen there's Orcs Must Die, but that's a different kind of game. I've never seen like a polished game like this for tower defense. Usually they're very quickly made, but this one, like the graphics, it looks very amazing, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm so attracted to it.
So and we are in talks with the developers to get an interview with them. So it's probably going to be, the game launches on May the 6th. So they're still working furiously to get the game done and out and ready. So it's probably going to be the end of April, early May that we get them on the show to interview. But yeah, definitely developers for Elemental War 2. We'll be talking with them in the coming weeks. We know how much, not only do we all here on the panel enjoy these interviews and being able to get to talk with the developers, but also the community as well, because it gives you that chance to talk one-on-one with the people directly responsible for the game and to ask those questions that, even like I remember, like as a kid growing up with video games, I always wanted to know, like, there's these questions about the game and the developers that I had no chance. I could mail a letter to the company and ask them, but they're never going to respond. Now these days we're able to talk with the developers one-on-one, face-to-face in real time, and get those questions. So it's great. We really do enjoy bringing these to the community and see the enthusiasm of when we do announce them.
Yeah.
People are super excited.
Yeah, with Discord and all of that nowadays, it's so much easier to talk to developers and stuff like that. Like, when I started, going in Discord and stuff, like I was like, "What? I can't believe I'm talking to like the CEO." Like, but now it's a given. Like they all do that nowadays, so it's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it is awesome here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see. So that's from Clockwork Origins here. Elemental War 2. I know that as soon as this was up for pre-order, I know Fletch, you pre-ordered it and tweeted out a picture. I did the same. You're a couple hours later than me. You're right now. You're 4 hours later. So I think I woke up and saw that, but you had already like hours ago pre-ordered it.
Oh, yeah.
So it was news for me, but you were already up in your day of work.
I get notified whenever anything goes live.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yep.
Thanks to Stadium Deals, an application on Android that you can actually install. And what's nice about this that Stadia doesn't do is that they actually push notifications for sales, new games coming out, and pre-orders. So I highly recommend you guys to go look at Stadium
check
Deals.
that out. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, so moving along here, Mad Streets. We've been talking about this. We're giving away the game, which, by the way, all you have to do to enter to win your copy is hashtag Mad Streets. The developer, who also we are in talks to come on the show with. We're all over the place here because we know everyone, likes to talk to the developers and find out about the games. Our good friends over on the west coast of Canada in British Columbia. The game's now been out for about a week and a half, and the developer is so open and honest and very transparent about the game. I know, Fletch, we saw your review. We talked about it. You made a great point in saying that you would say like that they should have, like when they launched the game, saying early access, giving people that idea, labeling it as early access will give you an idea. It's still a work in progress here. But the developer's so open and they admit it, this isn't where we want it to be, but we're working on it and we're taking the feedback. And you can see here, it says, I should have listened earlier and tried to speed up the game a lot. This feels awesome, but in a different way. Next Friday, so this was tweeted out yesterday, that there are going to be an update. There's going to be 3 speed options and 3 camera and targeting options available through the pause menu. So kind of think of this as like, when they had Street Fighter 2, then they had Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Well, think of this as like the Turbo edition of Mad Streets. It's sped up. I think this is 1.4 times. And, is so awesome. And they're saying like that this is great. It gives it a whole new feel. You're going to have these different options to be able to play it. The better camera view as well. And you're saying, now I think we need the option to always free walk and have targeting button if you want to target. So I asked them, I said, well, it doesn't show there. That's just me smack talking with the cowboy. So probably something about him selling Avon or whatever. But anyways, so what they're looking to do is being able to have, like, in Zelda, when you have the Z button there where you can target your enemies. The same thing here to make it easier to target a specific enemy. So it's great. It's great to see. There's even more. Let me see if I can go here. And
they got a new character coming in. And like you said, they're very open. Like he keeps telling us things that.
Yeah, keyboard for sure. Jag character, time speed options, camera distance, camera targeting.
Something about sliding also, I think, when punching.
Yeah, they were talking about that as well. There's a picture of the character here. Oh my
gosh. Yeah.
they just tweeted this 9 minutes ago, so let's go ahead and read this live here. Updates for March updates. 1 of 3 tweets. Geez. Additions: new character Bolt, rumble mode, added slow motion stage settings, added fast motion stage settings, random stadium mode, added quart canisters, added bounce in 2, added many new online regions to enter when connecting in online mode. Wow. We can hear Mike Johnson in the chat here says, yes, Mad Streets looks freaking awesome. I'm a huge fan of classic beat 'em ups with over-the-top special moves and humor. That's a perfect description of the game. This is definitely going to be my next purchase. Well, Mike, if you haven't already, enter into our raffle here, hashtag Mad Streets. I almost forgot exactly what it was. But you could see, like, even in a week and a half, we've got these new updates here. There's even more information.
It's nice to see about the online, because I know that's one thing that I did criticize more than anything was the online servers. And I've been seeing like constant tweets going live in Tokyo, going live in Canada next week and stuff like that. So it's great to see.
Yeah, we've got the Canada server, which is centraled out of Montreal, so that's going to be good. Before we were using the USA East, so more servers popping up here. Yeah, so it's probably going to be a lot better. We'll definitely have to play again. They fixed the issue with the region text being displayed as %region after you finish your match. In the character selection screen, if skipping bot selection, the game will now pick a random character instead of always picking Kid.
Tune down damage on specials. This is good because some of them, it's pretty bad.
Some of it, because you'd get hit, it would be like 50% of your damage or your health is taken away. Tone down the damage on specials, reduce force of the counter attack, change special for Butcher to fix the previous one not landing. Can grab objects from further away, remove grabbing hands, so you can now grab the chest, which is easier. Adjusted the camera distance for various stages, changed the mountaintop stage in exchange for better performance, and minor gameplay tweaks. So, holy crap, you have to realize too, like, Mad Streets, the development team, the company behind it, are just a handful of people, right? This is just a handful of people that are working on the game, and we're already a week and a half after launch, and they've taken feedback from the community. which they've mentioned too, is like the Stadia community is being very vocal and supportive, which of course we always are. And they've already made so many awesome improvements. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And hopefully we can get them on here soon. I know they're busy. They're doing these updates. So you know what? If they need to work on these updates rather than come talk to us, by all means, go do that.
So is this update live now, John?
I believe so.
Wow.
Let's see here. It says updates, additions. I believe, I don't know. You might have to
Ask them,
check
right?
that out and see if it is. But I'm pretty sure it is. They've just tweeted this stuff out here, and let's see, what else do they say? Oh yeah,
they're coming today.
So here's updates. So this is where they tweeted out earlier, maybe like 15 minutes ago. Updates coming today. Xbox and Stadia updates are live. Steam in a few hours. We have been working on keyboard support. So they're talking about this. So it's live. Like, so
that's cool.
This is great. We're gonna have to play again, maybe on your channel one time, Ninja. You can stream it, and I'll gladly join along, and we can all have fun. Because I know we had fun playing this past week and kicking the Cowboys' butt.
Of course.
Well, he's trying to sell Avon to us, perfume, makeup, a hairbrush, deodorant. I don't know, whatever they sell. Yeah, lotion.
Trying to bribe us.
He tried to bribe us. He's like, before the match, he's like, guys, I'll get whatever you want from my Avon book. You guys can have if you let me win. Make me look good. But anyways, regardless, it's fun. So this is awesome here. Yeah, Mike Johnson again said this is a classic example of how listening to your community feedback and pushing updates will bring you a strong, loyal user base. 100%.
Definitely.
100%. I'm so excited to try this out here. Probably after the show, be playing it to see the new characters and all the fixes and changes that they've made to it. So kudos to the team for Mad Streets there. Speaking of updates here, our good friends over at CD Projekt Red have another patch out for Cyberpunk. This is 1.52. So we know that they've been working away on updates, and they've done a whole slew of updates for 1.5. And 1.52 fixes some issues here, an issue that could cause wreck cards. So gameplay issues, quest issues.
The Stadia specific update.
Yep, and they have a Stadia specific, because I remember people were asking for this. So we've got UI, visual, all these updates. Console specific. Well, for Stadia, they enabled aggressive crowds.
Just aggressive
people
crowds.
were asking about it. They were like, "Oh, well, are they aggressive crowds in Stadia?" Because I believe that's only in the PC and the PS5 and Series X versions of the game. So it was listed as part of that massive log where they lumped Stadia in under PC. It was listed as being there, but then later confirmed that the aggressive crowds on Stadia was not enabled. Well, here it is. So
it was
I guess
a good
if
moment
you want,
going down the list, looking at it originally, going, "Oh, what are they adding to Stadia?" And they're just saying aggressive crowds. I was like, "Oh wow!"
All right, yeah, exactly. So from my understanding, this is like fixes reflecting the new update, right? Like, so they listen to the crowd and fixed some stuff according to that.
Yep, and there's visual updates, UI, open world, like there's still another whole slew of updates that are coming to it. So this is for all platforms and Stadia specifically. So they have console specific. They talk about PlayStation and stuff like that. But for Stadia specific, so Stadia only, they enabled those aggressive crowds that were on the other platforms, in addition to all these other fixes here, visual UI and all this stuff. So CD Projekt Red continuously updating. It was a rookie launch on other platforms, and it played the best on PC and Stadia, and they're continuing to again foster this game. And with the announcement of a new Witcher game coming using the Unreal Engine, fingers crossed, maybe that will be coming to Stadia as well. But again, nothing announced. Like, they haven't announced any platforms or anything, but hopefully it would be nice nice to see that.
It's nice to see that Stadia has the tiny list compared to the other consoles as well. It's always nice to
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Oh, you're right. That is true.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna move on here, and of course, because it's on the store here, let me reboot it.
Oh, yeah.
Refresh it here. 100 Days Napa Valley DLC came out yesterday, and it is for the 100 Days Winemaking Simulator, which we had Eves on a couple of months ago now, right? We're talking about the game. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Refresh. Anyways, this is an add-on content. It's extremely economical price, cheap. It's $8.99 Canadian. I don't know. Is it the same for you, Fletch, as well? Was it $8.99?
Yeah, $8.99 in the UK. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the content in it, I've already tried out some of the content in there, and you get more wines, more technology, more challenges. There's a lot of content there, and the actual Napa Valley map, which you play on, is even more beautiful than the first one.
Oh,
wow.
And like you can have like, in the first one you'd have like rain or snow. In this one, the land can catch on fire from wildfires. So it's completely unique, and yeah, adequately priced for the amount of stuff that you get with it. Especially if you like the game anyway, it's a great way to support even the devs all over there. So
yeah, exactly. So it says here, in 100 Days Napa Valley, you can explore a new American wine region, use new and old techniques to cultivate new grape varieties, and produce your wine. New game scenario, Napa Valley. So I was going to ask you, Fletch, is this, so the new game scenario, Napa Valley, this doesn't mean like it's included like a story-wise. This is the outside of the story, right?
Yeah, no story at all. There's it doesn't have a story. It just has like an endless mode or a challenge mode. So they're the two modes, sort of similar to what you get in the base game, just without the story. So
new grape varieties, new challenges, new tools and structures, new aging options and flavors, new bottling customizations. I know I saw Original Penguin tweeted out about this. He purchased this as well, and I got another invite here. But yeah, so 100 Days Winemaking Simulator is out. Fletch is currently playing it, and we'll be putting out a review shortly over the coming days.
It should be this weekend. I'll say that. Yeah. I played it for 3 hours yesterday. I got addicted to it.
So yeah, definitely this is out there if you're a fan of 100 Days Winemaking Simulator. Napa Valley is here, and we can see, just scroll through, you can different landscapes.
Yeah, that's the wildfire sort of bits. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, dangerous.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So again, it would be a very addicting game. And again, if you're playing on a tablet or phone, it's got touch controls as well. We talked with Hughes about that. They added those touch controls that were originally not planned. It's just somebody in the community asked for it, and somebody at the company were like, "Oh, we're thinking about it." And they're like,
we gotta
do it. Yeah, and they got it out before Christmas. So that was awesome. Great to see. And finally here, a little bit information here. I tweeted out AT&T. This offer has been open for a while now, but I just tweeted out a reminder here. If you are in the US and you're an AT&T cell phone subscriber, you can get 6 months of Stadia Pro for free. You just need to fill out your information here. Now, if you've claimed a previous 6 months free code, you won't be able to redeem it. But if you've got the 1 or the 2 or the 3 month, you're good to go. Because I know that there was another website that was selling these codes.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got them. But anyways, so they were selling these codes for some good prices here. You've got to, once you get your code, you've got to redeem it within 30 days. And I've already heard from several people. They're saying, "Oh, cool, thanks. Now I have 6 months of Pro or whatever." So we've got the link in the description here. If you're an AT&T cell phone subscriber, you have to be cell phone and not just like internet subscriber. You can get those 6 months free of Stadia Pro. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome. So lots of news. That was just our main news here. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, holy crap! It's already like it's an hour and what 15 minutes in. But we talked with David. We're talking about the news and whatnot. So it was great. Another fantastic week of Stadia official news there. So it was great to be able to share that and get your guys' thoughts on it.
Definitely. So guys, just a reminder that we have a giveaway today. All you have to do is put #MattStreets and you'll get a chance to win the Matt Street game, which just got an update today. So give it a try if you want, and we'll see how it is.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what do we have here? Actually, Fletch is going away, but we are going to talk about one of his review that he's gonna see if Fletch. See you later.
Yeah, take care of it.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, baby calls. So.
Oh yeah,
no worries.
Definitely. Come back if you can. You're welcome to join later on if you can.
Will do.
All right.
Bye, guys. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye. Fletch. We decided like every week, if he has a review, we're gonna show it in here, and he's very good, man. Like he put a lot of hours and time in doing these reviews. You look at his account, and it's not just like 30-minute gameplays or anything. So you gotta appreciate that. So we are very, for whatever Fletch does with these interviews. And right now, the last one he did was A Place for the Unwilling. Not a very known game, but it's a game that it's actually the first game in the library of Stadia. Whenever you look at the list alphabetically, it's the first game, and it's a very interesting game. But I'm gonna let the review talk to himself right now.
Okay.
So let me just mute that music and put that on. And John, if the sound is not on, just let me know and I'll try to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daily life, minding your own
We can
business.
hear it. Yep,
Suddenly,
good.
you receive a letter from a friend named Henry Allen you knew long ago. It's a strange letter, full of regret for something Henry is about to do. He's asking you to move to a city, take up his business, and keep watch over his wife Juliet. The city is dangerous, he says, full of things you can't understand, but you must pay attention to the shadows because they're important. You then learn Henry committed suicide, though there is some doubt over whether he hung himself or was murdered. So what do you do with this information? How do you live, and how do you carry out Henry's last requests? That's exactly what AI Pixels A Place for the Unwilling tasks you with finding out on a daily basis in the 21 days you have to live until the city is swallowed by darkness. Before we get straight into the review, let me know down below if this is a game you're looking at picking up and what interests you most about it. So where to start? Well, every choice you make counts in this game, from how you sign your letters, to which shops you frequent, and whether you take sides in the city's growing class war. You won't see everything there is in one playthrough, as one real-world second equals to one in-game minute. The story starts with you establishing some basics about your character, that being gender, name, pronouns, and choosing how you want to save the game. The first is saving at the beginning of each day, and the second is saving when you exit the game. This is more important than it initially seems, depending on how you want to approach the game. The game's charm is in making spur-of-the-moment decisions and forging your path as you move, or sometimes blunder, along. You're presented with a handful of bigger choices early on. The first is whether you want to take up Henry's buying and selling of the business, or focus on uncovering the truth behind his death. Of course, you can do both, but your response to the people will affect how they view you. I will say it straight out of the gate, but the business side of things aren't too exciting. The city has a handful of shops, each offering the same items, toys, food, drinks, and the like. Prices change daily, and the idea is to buy cheap from one shop, then sell to profit at another. You'll most likely spot the blunder straight away upon starting. Most good merchants don't saunter down the streets to sell some books they bought 5 minutes ago from Mr. A to Mr. B and expect everyone to be happy about it. You will still need to do some trading from time to time if you want money, as money is incredibly important in the game. It's used for fast travelling and buying non-tradable goods, not to mention some quests require a healthy sum of money to complete. It's just more of a necessity than an enjoyable experience. Whatever you choose to do, you get some suggested tasks on most days to help guide you along. None of them are mandatory, and thanks to the city size and your snail-like pace movement, it's impossible to do them all. However, the point is to get out and talk to people. I do want to note though that it will only be a few people at first. The shadows Henry mentioned are all around the city, people you don't know and who don't know you. They're too busy to chat with a stranger. Depending on the task you complete and the choices you make, some of these figures shed their dark cloak, gaining faces and names. You do get to learn more about them if you choose to, which can eventually unlock different tasks or story paths. In one of the first encounters, Dana Allen, Henry's mother, throws a welcome and mourning party when you arrive and seems to be on your side. However, she has a terrible reputation amongst people of her class. Then there's Juliet, the grieving widow. She won't speak to you at first, but then she will try ascertaining your motives before getting you to join her side in the war against Dana. Henry chimes in through dreams from time to time to clarify what's going on, but you always wonder whether you made the right choice. Not every character forces huge choices on you, but it can be emphasised enough. Every decision counts. Whether it's if you sign a letter, what tone you make during certain conversations, who you help out, or whether you interrupt someone to let them continue, everything matters. All of this affects how the story progresses, which tasks are available, and how many relate to other people. The endless variety and multiple opportunities keep the game engaging throughout, partly because you end up feeling so invested in this strange world with its kind of dangerous inhabitants. The attention to detail isn't limited to just character interactions and branching paths. The unnamed city, which is very reminiscent of London, is rendered in a soft, hand-drawn style complementing the historical setting and the character portraits through exaggerated, convey tons of personality just with their few static images. Dialogue isn't voiced, but there's a special touch added that arguably lends more character than even voice would. Dialogue is presented as if written in pen on parchment. Each character has their own style and sound effect. It's a minor touch, absolutely brimming with personality. Unfortunately, this close attention doesn't extend to everything. Yes, the game is about time management, but making character movement so slow where even casual passerbys move faster seems like an artificial way to keep you from accomplishing multiple tasks. For instance, going to the lighthouse takes almost 3/4 of a day until you can fast travel there. An almost completely blank map also doesn't help matters. Naturally, a newcomer isn't going to know where absolutely everything is. Maps usually have place markers on them, and even strangers in the street can point you in the right direction, but not in this game. This does come a bit tedious, and if you don't know what you're going into, it can become a very daunting experience. So, what is my verdict for A Place for the Unwilling? Well, I rate games on a stream, sale, save basis, and for me, A Place for the Unwilling is a game worthy of streaming right now. It definitely needs some extra tuning within certain areas, and the early days might prove frustrating for some, especially before they get a clear idea of the city's layout. However, it has so many positive areas which make the game fantastic. There's a mystery to solve and a world to save. Here you find a large cast of bizarre and potentially sinister characters. Whether they're trustworthy, you never know. But you push on and make nice to hopefully uncover the truth before it's too late. So that wraps up my review for A Place of the Unwilling. If you're interested in other reviews that I've done on the channel, check out my Dawn of the New Monsters review, which I did over a couple of weeks ago. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe down below as it really does help the channel out. My name is Fletcher from PSX Cloud, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Yeah, like everybody, the only two persons that I know that played the game is him and Malaysia, and they don't have anything too bad to say about the game. I think it's a very promising game.
Yeah, I've played the Place for the Unwilling. I believe it came out 2021, so early. Oh, it might actually, it may have even come out 2020, in the spring of 2020 on Stadia. Anyways, it's been out for at least a year. I remember I played it and streamed it. I was intrigued by it, but again, that's one of those games where I never really went back to it. But watching Fletch's review here makes me want to go back and play, because it's very unique, and like that you saw there is like you don't get to see everyone's face that's around you. Only after certain events in the game happen, and you get to talk to them and to know them, and it's a very story driven based game that is interesting. And you can see Fletcher says he definitely recommends purchase of it. So if you like what you saw there, there's definitely lots more of it. Place for the Unwilling there. It's again one of those little hidden gems that I think would be great if it came to Stadia Pro. Like that would be another game that that people don't really know about, but bringing it to Stadia Pro would bring life to the game itself. So who knows? Maybe in the near future we'll see that.
Yeah, exactly. And looks like Mark Sully is sold, so that's good. I'm still not sure if it's the game for me. It came out at the same time as Welcome to Elk, I think. And
Yes,
I think Welcome to Elk is more up my alley. I am someone who likes my stories, straightforward. I hate thinking that, did I miss something really interesting? I don't know, and I don't want to replay the game, so it depends on what kind of taste you have.
It's good that you mentioned Welcome to Elk, because I was trying to think of the name. It was in my head here. That's another game that should come to Stadia Pro.
Yeah,
I think both of these games would benefit going to Stadia Pro. So hopefully developers decide to go that route there, because these are definitely two gems that not a lot of people know about and would be great for the exposure on Stadia. And they've been out for a while now, so I think they'd be great additions.
Yeah, I agree. We should see some cool games out there coming out in the next coming month that are pretty good. Like we have those two games. We have Young Souls, and we have Crystal that could be coming. Those are very cool games. So hopefully, we see that. Yeah, I know, right?
Young Souls going to Pro would be awesome. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So we're going to jump onto our next segment, which is the community news. So let me just share my screen here. We got some pretty cool stuff to talk about here. So we've got a new community member, but it's a very special community member, and that is Dan from Google. So we've got a new community manager that got hired for Stadia, assuming that he's replacing Grace. Grace. I don't want to mix up with Grace and Gracie because there's two different people. But yes, Dan has a lot of experience in this domain. He's been doing some community management for about 10 years now, or he's been in the video game industry. His previous work was he worked in Capcom USA, so he got a pretty good portfolio here, and I'm pretty excited to see what he'll bring to the table. I feel like he'll be having some good ideas, and I can't wait to see what type of things he'll bring up.
It was awesome. That was a shock announcement.
Yes.
When I saw that on Reddit, I had no idea. I'm like, oh my gosh, a new community manager. And I think Chris in there, or maybe even Vivi, clarifies, because they're like, oh, is Dan replacing Chris? Or no.
Oh, no.
That Dan's working alongside, just like Grace did, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be Dan and Chris now, or Chris and Dan, however you want to put it, working together. So it's great to see Dan there, and really excited. Like you mentioned here, worked at Capcom before, has lots of experience, and we could see some of his favorite genres of games. Yep, Dan the man is right. He likes fighting games and
he's
like
into
that,
fighting games for sure. And what I'm curious about is if he'll be like Grace, because Grace showed her face a lot, right? Like she was managing a lot of community events where video game and stuff. So I really hope that Dan does these types of things too. I'd love to see his face and interact with the community. So looking forward for that, because Chris does an excellent job, but he likes to stay in the back. He doesn't talk a lot to the community. So it's nice to have someone who's more open and talk to people. So we'll see if that happens. Next up, we have Scarf. So there was some rumors a while back that Scarf might be coming on Stadia, but it wasn't sure because they took the logo out. But now the rumor seems to be coming back. So here John is saying, hey, Indie Games and Uprising Works. Is there any more news on Stadia, on Scarf coming to Stadia?
So I was just going to tell you here, Ninja.
Yeah.
I perfectly crafted this tweet as a lure to see if I could get any information. And as you'll show here, looks like we did get a little bit of info.
Nice. So yeah, John is very sneaky sometimes. So, and here we are. Hi, John. Thank you for playing, because he did finish the game on Steam. I'm sure Handy will say something soon regarding Stadia, but porting takes time. So this is kind of a confirmation. We did not put it in the news because you never know. It's not official. But he's just saying look for it for Handy Games, and I don't think Handy Games replied to this yet, did they?
There is actually. So if you
I
scroll,
thought I saw something,
scroll
right?
down,
Yeah.
there is. Go to show more replies.
There
Yeah.
you go. No
Okay.
comments. This question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we love Stadia, no comments.
Yeah.
But if you scroll down, go through it here. There is.
That's it.
There
So
was
maybe
somebody responded. Oh yeah, here we go. So we can still keep our dreams alive. And then someone asked about another game, and it wasn't.
It's not even them. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even them. But someone mentioned about the low change porting. And I don't. Sometimes with Twitter you can't see it. And the Handy Games, they replied. Let's see. There's Aswe there asking.
Yeah, no luck.
Oh, okay. Here it is. Yes, this is it. So Just Chill said, "Hey, what about using we'll call it LCP, right? Low change porting." Well, look, if you see what Handy Games said there, I'll let you read that, Ninja.
Yep. Maybe you saw the quote on our colleague Tim. Sorry, I have to laugh with John's gift. Maybe you saw the quote on our colleague Tim in the keynote of Google Stadia. Handy Game and Massive Mini Team are on the biggest supporter of Stadia. So yeah, they're definitely going ahead and trying this low change porting as the guinea pig. This is one of the company that will be giving it a try and helping out the growth of this technology.
Yep. I knew when Scarf was that announcement tweet was sent out and the press release as well, and it showed Stadia on December 23rd, and then they had a live play with the devs, and as we said, hey guys, they're having a live play. We went in there, as we was like, oh, we can't wait till we can play it on Stadia. I said the same thing. Like, several people did. And the developers were all like, "What? Stadia?"
Yeah, they didn't even know, right? Like,
yeah,
it was weird.
Well, either they did or they weren't allowed to say. Kind of like when we talked with Cohen there, Deliver Us the Moon. I knew, like, to the extent that they went to add the graphics in there and everything, the logo and stuff, wasn't just a mistake. And I think this kind of like really confirms it. It's using. It's built upon the Unreal Engine, so we know Unreal Engine's compatible with Stadia. I had an inkling that it's coming to Stadia, and I think, although this isn't an official confirmation, the developer is saying, "Oh, well, it does take some time to port. Handy Games should be saying something." Maybe they'll say something in the near future, just like we heard on Monday. Cohen saying, "Oh, well, maybe Wired Productions will give us an update on Deliver Us the Moon." Sure enough, they did. And then Handy Games mentioning, being coy with us and mentioning that they are using those tools. See, Mark's here. Did you enjoy the game? Yes. I streamed, I think maybe even a couple times I did some streams. I beat the game. It's probably, depending on what you do in it, right? So yeah. I think it's like I'd say 5 to 10 hours somewhere in there to beat the game, and it might be a little longer, but it was fun. Like, if you like platforming games and there's some puzzling thrown in there, all the different environments and the story as well. It's a great indie game, and I love it. The price was great, and we had mentioned when it came out, this would be great on Stadia Pro. Mm-hmm. At that time, we had Chicken Police. It come out in December from Handy Games. Now it's coming to Stadia Pro. I will buy this game, Scarf, on Stadia, and I mentioned it even in the streams back in December. If it comes to Stadia, I'll buy it, and I'll even give people. We'll give away 2 copies. I'll fund 2 copies of the game on one of our Stadium Connect North episodes, because that's how much I love the game and want to show support to the developers.
If the game comes out, John will wear a red scarf, and I will call him John Scarf all stream long.
That's right. Yeah.
This is what we'll do.
I think I joked, like, when it came out, they forgot the R. So it should have been SCARRF. Yeah. But, it's great. And the scarf in there, you can use it for different. I don't want to give too much away, but it becomes useful in more ways than one. I love it. I love the game.
Yeah, it reminds me of, like Brandon said, it's enjoying low pressure platform puzzler, which is nice. It reminds me of like Journey. The old game on PlayStation 3. and maybe like Blue Fire and all all of
Mhm.
these platformers, which is kind of nice. We need those; they're really nice.
Yeah, this is great. I really do hope that it's coming. It sounds like it. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I know it's coming, but we always have to say that,
Yeah.
take it with a grain of salt. It's speculation. Nothing's been confirmed. Stuff could change at the blink of an eye. So
there's not a lot of
really good.
samples. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
samples, but like Mafia 2, it seemed like a sure shot, right? But it's just right now it's in the blue, so you never know. But it's possible.
You never know.
Yeah.
So it's the trick worked. So we got a little bit more information.
Exactly. So Stadia Dosage News are very good neighboring friends, I guess. They're a good bunch. They talk a lot about news. They have podcasts. They talk about everything in between. And right now they have a giveaway. So you have a chance to earn 1 out of 7 cash prize towards your next Stadia game. So to qualify, see you next tweet. And that's it. No, okay.
That is awesome. I can't believe there's 7 people who are going to be giving away this too.
Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is respond in this thread that what game you really want to get on Stadia. You have to be subscribed to Stadia Dosage News on YouTube. So you just have to hit that subscribe button. And then you have to watch the live airing of TNSS episode 8 and be active in the chat. It's pretty simple. So I very encourage you guys to have a look at that. If there's a game that you're really hitching, anything, if you're hitching for like that $80 game, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption, just put it in there and you might get a chance to win it. So,
this is awesome too. The link is in the description. So this is because the numbers show that MM2K and Jack used to do at the end of the month is back.
Yeah.
So they're celebrating here by giving away. Imagine that 7 people are going to get the game of their choice there. It's a great. I always love watching those at the last Sunday of each month there. So it's awesome to see Jack and MM2K back for that number show. Looking at all the different stats and how things evolved, it puts a lot of things into perspective. Yep, Dynasty Warriors. If you want it,
definitely.
What's that one? I have it, but I haven't played a lot of it. It's from Koei. It's an anime game.
Yes, Attack on Titan 2.
Attack on Titan. That never went on
special. Then there's One Piece. One Piece, it went on special once and it never came back, and it's a pretty expensive game. I think it's even more than $80. It's a very expensive one. So
so this is your chance to. There's always been that game that you could never justify the price. Well, guess what? Here's your chance, and you don't just have a 1 chance; you have a 1 in 7 chance. So even if there's 30 people that enter it, you still have a really good chance. Even 100 people, you have a 7 times more chance than you normally do. Yeah. So
exactly.
It's great.
Yeah. So you have a look at that and definitely give it a try. I might give it a try. Like there's some expensive games out there that I'd like to have.
Yeah,
so,
you never know. It's open to everybody. So
exactly. So just a reminder here, we have I'm going to say a fairly quick interview, 47 minutes for us. It's pretty quick, right, John? So we did an interview this week with Kyokan, which is the developers for Deliver Us the Moon. Very interesting interview. We talk about, let me go a little bit further here. A little bit further. There you go. So we talked with 2 of those lovely people. One of them is the founder of the company, and I'm not sure who the other one is. John, I always forget.
So that's Merlin. I believe she's a game designer with Kyokan, and she's been there for a long. I don't know if it's from the very beginning, because it was the company has been opened up by, I think his name Cohen. There, it's Koen. Cohen, right?
Yeah,
and
Cohen,
his brother, maybe, or Keo. I'm always bad on names here.
Yeah,
but he's opened it up with his brother here, this indie studio, and Merlin there on the right. I believe she's a game designer. She's been there for quite a while. They're great. Like, they answered every question that they were able to.
Yeah, it's very good.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So if you missed out, they talk about how how they want to be a AAA company in the end. They talked about what inspired them to do Deliver Us the Moon. They talked about how much they like Stadia, even outside of porting it. Like they're actually fan of Stadia. It's like I said, like I really encourage you guys to go have a look. It's really interesting. So yeah, you even talk about like his penguin, like how this got there. Yeah, we tried to get as much question as we could in that 45 minutes. So yeah, have a look at that for sure. And next up is Rebellica. She finally showed this to the public. We've seen them, a while back, but so the Lumo developers released a crochet pattern of how to make these. And John was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he knew that Rebellica did some crochet, right? It's not crochet. I think it's the other thing.
Oh,
right?
I don't know. I don't know if it's crocheting or knitting.
Knitting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be knitting. I don't know if Rebellica or Granite here.
So John is like, "Hey, Rebellica, you're a fan. You're like a big fan of knitting. Could you like give that a try?" And she was really. She was like, "Yes, I really like." I think she really wanted to do that anyway, right? Mm-hmm. And look at the outcome; it's so beautiful. She finished this one. She did the eyes and everything, and this one I think she's waiting to get like a certain color.
I believe so. Yeah, different yarns. Oh, it is crochet. Okay,
it is crochet. Yeah. Okay, good to know. And yeah, she's just waiting to get a certain color. I don't want to go too much in detail with which color or anything. But she's really passionate. I think she said she's gonna do even more. Like she really likes to do them. So it's very cool of her to do that.
Yeah, it's totally awesome because she's a mom, and she's got kids to take care of, and Granite to take care of, make him supper every night. I know Granite jokes on Discord about the supper and things like that, but no, regardless. So she's very busy. It's not like she's just sitting around at home and has nothing to do. Yeah. She's got a lot of responsibilities, for her to be making these and showing us in the different stages is totally awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because the pattern says like completable in 20 hours. She's like 20 hours. That's gonna take me like 4 hours. This is like rookie.
Crocheting, right?
Crocheting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was pretty funny. No, she got fun, and she replied to this Lumo developer.
And you know what's like awesome? Like you can see, like, okay, so watch. So on the video here, first of all, she's got you can see the same one that she's based it off of. But wait till they go into Discord there when they're scrolling through Discord, you can see it says Rebellica. You might have to make I don't know if you can make it full screen.
Yeah, let's see that.
Let's see that. I noticed that there. When they show
it's gonna go soon.
Discord,
yeah.
So hold on,
there
he goes. Look, see, Rebellica. She joined the beginning of March. There, yep. After we found the crochet pattern and stuff, she went on there. She's been talking with the developer too, back and forth about getting tips and stuff like that on it. So
okay. Oh, she wants to get paid. No, tips, getting tips.
Yeah.
Well, I need to join that Discord. I didn't know they had a Discord, so I'll definitely give that a look. Because I'm very excited to get this game, so I can't believe that I didn't know that. I'll take a look for sure. All right, so next up we got Jack the Slip. So I guess this has to do. I'm the one who put this news, but I guess it had to do with the giveaway. Actually, no, it doesn't. What am I talking about? So this is the Sunday stats, and looks like a few people has reached a milestones, and myself, which I wasn't even aware of. So it looks like I've reached over 500 followers on Twitter, which is kind of nice. I've been seeing like the constant flow of people following me, and I'm very very grateful for that. I didn't expect it to grow so fast, and I really appreciate that. But other than that, we got Bibbidi Bob, which is pretty known in the community. He has now reached 200 followers on Stadia, and then we have Stadia Net, which has also reached.
So that's the scientist.
Oh, it's Polito. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, because of the net. Yeah, now that I see the the logo, awesome. And then here we're seeing. Oh, it is Stadia. Oh yeah, we got RJVXP. Now I'm not too familiar with RJ actually, but he's pretty known in the community,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Right?
RJ, I don't have too many interactions
Yeah.
with RJ, but I do see RJ around, and in the community as well. So that might be something. RJ, if you're listening or watching, or any friends, maybe we can get RJ on to do a community interview and get to know RJ here, because that would be great.
Yeah, definitely. Like when there's someone I don't know that it piques my curiosity. I want to know. I want to know more about them. I want to create them. I want to go into social network and see what they
Yeah.
do. So I really hope that they can get on the show at some point for sure.
Yeah, you can see RJ's retweeting the Mad Street stuff as well. So
Nice.
just all the same things that we love about Stadia. Looks like RJ's into as well.
Yeah, exactly. So congrats to RJ for reaching 200 followers, and going forward for they'll be going forward as quick as you blink the eye. So next up, I know someone talked about Dynasty Warriors in the chat. I was like, did they see my tab or something? But no, it's just a coincidence. So John actually reviewed Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. Was it on Stadia? Did you play it on Stadia, John?
Okay, yep, it's
cool.
on Stadia. Yep.
And he did the blog onto Best Buy. So if you want to see what John has reviewed for Dynasty Warriors, here it is. If you don't mind, John, we're going to go have a look at your score and summary.
Sure.
Awesome. So here John says it's a compelling combat system, deep, rich strategy gameplay, the ability to rewrite history and the way you see fit, epic retelling of the 14th century novel romance of the Three Kingdom, and hours upon hours of gameplay. The disadvantages are no online play, not enough new features and elements to consider it a fully fledged sequel, and average looking visual with some reused character model. His average score was 68%, and I think that's fair. I think that's what people have got into the reaction. I've never played it, but what I've seen from people playing and the complaints and the positive of the game, that makes sense to me. So if you guys,
it's definitely, I'm sorry. I mean, it's definitely like Dynasty Warriors versus the Empires. Warriors is more of that action, that 1 on 1,000, high tech. The Empires adds in all this extra strategy. Yeah. And when I mean strategy, this could be very, very overwhelming. This is why it took me a little longer to review this, because it took me a while to get into the flow of things here. It can be very, very overwhelming. If you like the Dynasty Warriors, you aren't necessarily going to like Empires, unless you like to sit down and put your head down and just like go through things step by step by step. There's a lot to handle and a lot to be able to strategize in. But if you're a fan of the Empires series, it's a game you'll enjoy. I think Fletch also, he did a review and he mentioned this really could have been, honestly, like add-on content DLC for Dynasty Warriors 9. But it's coming out at a full price, or maybe even they could have done a reduced price for the game. But they know that there's fans of the series, just like Nintendo, they know that fans of the series are going to buy it regardless. So if you're a big fan of the Empire series, you'll enjoy it. But if you're just mildly interested, I would not recommend it at all, because it's very technical, and
you have to know what you're getting into. Like you can't go blind in the game. You have to, like, if you know what it is and you know that you're gonna like it, then buy it. But if you don't know, maybe look into it, make sure that it's the kind of game for you.
I mean, you do have the 2 hours time period there, but I think, like you said, I realized, like, if you don't know what Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires is, 99% sure you're not gonna like it, because like you like it or you don't, because it's a very involved game.
Interesting. I know this is off topic, but I can see here it says, speaking of platformers, I've been playing a great game on Switch called Kunai, and yes, this is a game that I encourage you guys to play for sure. I have it physical actually on the back here. It's very cool. Like, you're kind of like a computer ninja. and you have to like platform everywhere. It's kind of a small like Metroidvania, but very encourage you guys to go to play that, and hopefully it'll come to Stadia just to be on topic.
Yep.
But yeah, excellent game. So moving forward, we've got actually a APK teardown from Jack the Slip here. So it's Stadia version 4.9. I'm not sure if it's probably the APK on mobile. So there's some interesting finding there, and it is related to the last teardown APK actually. So it seems like they're working on the touch control layout and the functionality of it. So if we go look here, what we see is like the function names, and they're all like get touch layout configuration, device motion configuration. So, we're still looking at the motion control. Nothing new, but the fact that they're adding more stuff in there means that they're probably getting ready to, to finally get this out. Stick direction between angles, match angle between. So I feel like we're going to see some improvement. So my guess is maybe they'll let the developers make their own touchpad control. Like they have, that's why I see like get touch layout config. And so Mark Sally is looking forward for the motion controls, and that'd be great for games like, House of the Dead.
Yes, come on, hurry up and announce that, right? It's already been rated. I'm just waiting for them to announce it.
But
I love that.
That could be why they pushed like this, like as quick as they can, right? Maybe they want, we got to do this quick because we need, like, House of the Dead is pending right now, and we can't get it out until this works well. So maybe that's what they're working on. You never know.
Nope. Yeah. And it just opens up the door for other types of games now to come to Stadia too. I know we talked about this when we had the other APK teardown. Eventually, at some point, if Stadia becomes popular enough, they could even release a version 2.0 of the controller that has motion in it, right?
I would love that. Yeah.
I hope you never know.
I would love to own every controller.
I know what? I was thinking is like, okay, so they could eventually add the motion to it, but what about PlayStation? The DualSense controller has motion in it, right?
Yes.
So other controllers that have motion, the Pro controller for Switch, maybe they'll enable those to be able to use those too for Stadia. Like that would be cool as well, right?
Yeah,
like that would be like a quick fix along with your your phone, your tablet or whatever. You could also enable the motion in the other controllers that Stadia is compatible with that already have that motion control in them.
Yeah, you never know. I don't know if I've never seen like those controllers support other platforms, but it might just be because they don't care too much about it. But because I'm assuming maybe God of War is using it, right, and on PC, but it's definitely something that would be cool to support. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I would see it. Other than that, we got some layout. Just looking quickly, this feels like more. It's going to look differently, maybe again for the touch control and stuff like that, or different things in the application. I like this delete save game.
Yes, yeah.
Because instead of going in the customer support and ask them to delete it for you if you have an issue. Right now, I have an issue with Assassin's Creed Unity actually, and I would love to delete my save game. So this might fix my solution. That might be the solution for me. So hopefully, they allow that.
That's awesome. So that's great. Like I was always had that too. Is like I want to be able to save my game or to delete my save game on stuff like the Ubisoft games where they have the cross, where your save goes across against multiple platforms. Like say if I started to play it on Xbox because it wasn't out on Stadia yet, and now it's out on Stadia, but I want to start at the beginning. I don't have that ability to delete the save. Well, It looks like that's coming.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the issue too. I did contact Stadia to delete my save file of Unity, but they said because it's in the server of Ubisoft, they can't do anything about it. So
oh wow,
yeah, we'll see what happened. I contacted Ubisoft. We'll see what they say. But other than that, immersive stream XR. So we are seeing perhaps immersive stream integration on the Stadia app. So you know what that means, Johns? That means that we might be getting
Batman.
some. Yeah, we might be getting some of the white label games on the application. You never know.
Now imagine that. Like you could, again, this is just all speculation and theorizing, but these white label like AT&T, they could have their own store. You click on store in the Stadia app and you have the option to go there. You know, it uses the same technology, but it's all wrapped up. Think of it as like the Stadia app coming to the TV, where it just opens up the more devices that you could play. Well, if the different storefronts also come to the Stadia app, that would benefit them, right? So necessarily, let's just take AT&T for example. AT&T doesn't have to add the Stadia store to their storefront, but if Stadia adds AT&T, that would be a benefit for AT&T, so that the people that are already playing on Stadia can buy their games and play and stuff like that. So it'd be great. Again, it's just speculation, but lots of possibilities here.
Yeah, and Mark Sully says, didn't we see a new layout during the keynote? I don't remember, but they did mention that it's going to change, and you know, like maybe it's a new layout for the people who are not subscribed. You know, maybe they're going to see it differently. Or the people who are just not in Stadia yet. You know, so who knows?
Yep, we'll see. Yep.
Exactly.
Exciting.
Definitely. So Paratope, as usual, super supportive of Stadia. John has noticed this just a few hours before we started the show. And it says, it's amazing to see alpha testers have already been able to play Sky Climbers on deck without any porting. And before I continue, I just want to say, so they released the key for beta testers randomly at Paratope, and they've heard the feedback, and from what I've heard, they're fixing issues very quickly. So they seem to be on the work right now, and they seems to be like really like in production for their game. So it's very cool to see that happening. But on the meat of this is that we are looking forward to see some more support for unmodified Windows game from Stadia. So Paratope was part of the the quick porting there, right? They were one of the logos there with handy games.
I don't know. Were they? I'm not 100% sure.
I can't remember.
But this tweet again is just like the handy games one. I'm poking here. I mean, I generally want to know this information, but I'm kind of like poking to see if he'll give a little bit more than what he's saying. And sure enough, he is, right?
Yep. Will you be using the low change porting tools for Sky Climbers on Stadia, or maybe even the process outlined in the linked article? We should have more information about this for the upcoming Q&A. So here, John is basically saying, "You bet your ass that we're going to be here and we're going to be nagging them and asking them that specific question, right? Because it's going to be very interesting." Mark Sully is saying, "Can you DM a picture of the screenshot?" Yeah, I'd love to see what it is, and we'll have a look for sure.
This is awesome here. While he sends those screenshots over, is that Paratope tweets about this, that it's great to see how it's running on Steam Deck, and he also specifically links then that the 9 to 5 Google article where it's talking about, and he does mention the unmodified Windows games. He specifically, and if you click on the article, that's talking about the session that they had, the Windows emulators, which we know is more of a translator than an emulator. So I'm thinking, are they using this process, the different processes that we saw outlined in that session to take the source code from PC to bring it over to Stadia? And he was like, well, we've got the Discord AMA coming up here, but thanks to Vivi for putting all that together here on the Stadia Discord. That's happening April the 8th, and Paratope is saying, like you said, you can ask that question here. Maybe we'll have a little bit more info then.
Exactly. I am looking forward to that interview for sure, because I think people are going to bombard them. I think the mods will need to be very, active and make sure, right?
100%. They're going to have to be on their ball there, because people will probably try and sneak some stuff in.
Exactly. So Mark Sully sent us the screenshot. So this is the new layout. I don't see much difference on my end, but
Maybe he can comment.
yeah, definitely, Marcelly,
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, so it looks like it's going to be maybe it's just a slight difference, right? It's not a big difference, but that's cool. Meanwhile, I think we're going to go to one pretty exciting news here. And exclusive Ubisoft planning massive games showcase detail and release dates. So this is all speculation, but it seems to be some kind of leak going towards Ubisoft, and looks like they'll be announcing some games in the coming months, if I'm not mistaken. And there's some very interesting information in there. Before I start going through the list, John, do you want to talk a little bit about it, or do we just go ahead?
So I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We'll briefly just touch over it here. So this is, again, like Tom Henderson, like insider info. Again, not saying that it's not true, but it's not confirmed, right? So Tom's saying that Ubisoft has been planning this game showcase here, but because of the events that are happening in the world, the war in Ukraine and things like that, that it's been delayed. There's supposed to be 20 upcoming games from the company that they're talking about here. So we kind of just wanted to touch upon this and briefly go over some of the things that, we could see coming to Stadia, because as we know, pretty much every game that Ubisoft puts out now comes over to Stadia. And there's one of the games in here that they mentioned when we get to it, Roller Champions. I played it at E3 back in 2019. Oh my gosh, it's like Rocket League, and it is so fun. It's free to play. I really hope it comes to Stadia. So yeah.
So this article doesn't talk about Stadia, but the thing is that Ubisoft, like, it's been a while since a game has not released on Stadia, so it's very promising that all of these games are already planned to be on Stadia. No promises, but it is quite possible. So let's go through the list quickly here. The first one is Skull and Bones, and this, if I'm not mistaken, this is kind of like a pirate ship battle type of game. It's been in kind of development hell, right? Like, it's been in development for a long time now. I remember hearing from that game years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And looks like maybe we'll get some more news about it, which is kind of nice.
I think it's gonna be similar to Sea of Thieves that's on the Xbox.
That's what I had in mind.
That's what I think it's gonna be similar to. They've reworked it a little bit over the years, so
exactly.
Hopefully we'll get a solid info here in the coming months.
Yeah, exactly. So it's speculated to release between April 2022 and 2023. Then we got Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. So we already got this one confirmed to go on Stadia. What's interesting about this, though, is that it was confirmed, even on their official page right now, it's confirmed to come in April. Not April, but in 2022. And in here, it says that it could come in between April 2022 and March 2023. So we might be hearing about a delay for this one, which is interesting. Yep. Next up is The Division Heartland. We've heard about this one also. It's kind of like an expansion for the Division game, which is going to be pretty promising also.
Yep, and it's supposed to be free to play. I don't want to say the person's name, but I know someone's told me that they've actually, and this was several months ago, they've helped play test part of this. So hopefully it's soon, right? I mean, maybe within this year we could see that, but we'll definitely find out.
We're hearing a lot of stuff between April 2022 and March 2023. If that's the case, we're getting a surge of game in the next few months, which is kind of crazy.
And then it mentions there, it says likely mid 2022. So mid 2022 is going to probably be summer, right? July to August.
Yeah.
I mean, really June is really the mid of the year. So who knows, right?
Exactly. So next up is Immortals Phoenix Rising sequel. And that's the one I've heard the most people got excited about because a lot of people really enjoyed this game and they're still enjoying it right now. There's no release date yet, and personally, I can't wait to hear more news about it. I guess the first game did really well, right? So that's why they're working on a sequel, and I need to get back into that game for sure.
It's great.
Then we got Assassin's Creed Rift. I know there's a like a live service kind of Assassin's Creed coming out sometime soon. I'm not sure if it's that one, because I know like it was called like Assassin's Creed Infinity. So, but we'll.
I don't think this one is. I think this is like kind of what they mentioned there, like the yearly Assassin's Creed release type game. So I don't know. I don't think it is, but again, it's all speculation here at this point. It even says there that their own sources suggest that it's probably the first half of next year. So it sounds like it's a year away, if not more.
Yeah. Oh, it wanted to arrive until at least 2024 or 2025. So that's
wow.
But that's not this one though. It's talking about Infinity. So
yes, Infinity. Yep.
Interesting.
Which some people speculated maybe Infinity's using the scalar technology that we learned about last week at GDC. So again, who knows? But fun to think about.
Yeah. Mr. Baron Plays is saying that, wait, what happened to Oddballers? And wasn't that meant to come out yesterday? So they actually released an article a few weeks ago mentioning that they are indefinitely delaying the game. There's currently no date on it. If you want to see the article, you can go on the Stadia Reddit wiki, and we've updated the website, the upcoming game section, and you can have a look at this article to see about the delay. So we'll get it at some point. So like we mentioned, Assassin's Creed Infinity. So this is a live service type of game. Live service is kind of like The Division, Breakpoint is kind of a live service game. It's a game where they just keep updating, and like you always have stuff to do in the game. It kind of never ends. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of game they got there. So releasing on 2024 to 2025. Ghost Recon Frontline. This is also an exciting one, which got some kind of like not really a good reception for some reason during the trailer, but to me it looks pretty exciting. It's a battle royale type of game set in the Ghost Recon environment. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of game it is. Not to give any names, but I've been told like the reception of the people who played the beta was really excited. They really enjoyed what they tried. So it's very promising. Then we got X Defiant, the one that I'm mostly excited about. Once again, they removed the Ghost Recon name on this one because they, I guess
Tom Clancy. You mean?
The Tom Clancy, yeah, because I guess it didn't reflect enough of this world, so they removed that. They rebranded it, is the word I'm trying to say. And it's kind of like a Call of Duty type of game, but with special hero ability kind of thing. Like it's a mix of Call of Duty with Overwatch, if you have a good description of that. What I like is that it's rumored to be in 2022 or possibly in the beginning of 2023. I can't wait for it to be confirmed because this for me, 2022, 2023 is pretty early for me, and can't wait to play it. So it's gonna be fun. A Prince of Persia remake was already announced, so it's very cool to see that they're still working on that. I find that they kept it true to the original game. When you look at the trailer, there's actually a trailer, and it's very similar. Like they didn't do too much of a change for that remake. So I think that the hardcore original Prince of Persia players will enjoy this game.
So with that particular game, I just wanted to make a little comment on there. So I was part of the initial unveiling for press and whatnot of that game, and it shows here it was revealed September 2020, and it was originally supposed to launch, I believe it was January 2021. It wasn't out of the platforms announced. Stadia was not one of the platforms, and I asked the developers specifically about that, and they said basically more information to come. A lot of, I think what's causing the delay is the initial reaction to the trailer. People kind of were like commenting on the visuals, not thinking that it was up to par of regular Ubisoft games. So I think they're going back and reworking some of the engine here and whatnot, but I would love to hear more about this game. And again, hopefully with this rumored summit that probably will take place in the next couple of months, closer to that E3 time. We get some more information, and of course, get that confirmation that yes, it's coming to Stadia. I can't see it not coming to Stadia, but again, never assume, right? So
Yep, exactly. And now I'm scrolling down and seeing a Prince of Persia Unknown Title, which is going to be some kind of 2.5D game.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
You know what? That reminds me of Assassin's Creed Chronicles, where I played, actually, I couldn't sleep last night and I played a little bit of that. So that's why it reminds me of that. So it's kind of like a stealthy 2D where you just have to kill people steadily. So yeah, that's going to be cool to see.
It's like the old school Prince of Persia games back on like the TurboGrafx.
Oh
and
yeah,
PC Engine and stuff like that. So
oh my gosh, yes.
This is going to be interesting. They're saying that it's inspired from Ori. Ori is a fantastic 2.5D game, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't want to get too excited because again, it's all speculation and release date unknown, but if we see some information on this in the next couple of months, I'll be excited for it.
Exactly.
Yep.
And one that a lot of German content creator of Stadia would be excited about, like Mugen and Scooterama and these type of people. The Crew 3 would be coming, which is Project Orlando. I'm not too familiar with the Crew, but I know that it had a good reception. People enjoyed this game. And I think that some people is going to be very excited about this one. Got Mario plus Rabbit. I mean, I don't want to go too much into that. This is not gonna come on Stadia, right? I'm sure it's exciting for a lot of people, but let's just go. Let's get that one.
Roller Champions.
That's the one you were talking about, right? With the Rocket League kind of.
Yeah, it's very Rocket League like. This was one of my favorite games that I played at E3 in 2019. Just because it's so fun. Like, you've got these different arenas and you have on your team there and you got the ball in here. I don't know if they have a trailer anywhere for it. But it's like Rocket League. Like, you're trying to get that ball into the net there. Okay. Yeah, see if there's Roller Champions. They have a
trailer.
It was so fun, and I even joked on Twitter too. Like, Shaka, they could have a Stadia DLC or a specialized character for Shaka since she likes roller skating, right?
That's funny.
Yeah. So let's see if it shows any in game, because it's really fast paced. It's all just.
Let's do the gameplay trailer here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this.
Yep. So there's the ball. So it is super fun, and of course, as you're going by, you can push and shove your opponent, like trip them. See, it is so fun. And if I remember correctly, it's gonna be another. Which, if you look in their title there, free to play games, right?
Oh,
so
no
Ubisoft is putting out quite a few free to play games. I'm pretty sure that this was announced because there's beta on PC. I believe that's been out, and it's been announced as being free to play. Is so fun. Like, this is great. I really, 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 really hope it comes to Stadia. I had so much fun playing this.
So guys, look for Tom Clancy's Roller Champions by Ubisoft, right?
with Shaka exclusives to Stadia, right? That would be so awesome if they ever did that. But you can see this off the wall type. There's the baskets that you're trying to get in. And I mean, this could even be they show it in the game like esports, like it definitely could be, because it's like, I love that game. I can't wait for it to come out. So
it's gonna be cool. I can't wait to give it a try too. So 2022. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Are we gonna finally get this one? Who knows, right? Like, this is why, like, I don't know if like this leak is legit or not. Like, these are very promising titles. But Beyond Good and Evil, when was that rumored for? Like, that's been rumored like at 2006 or something like that.
It's been a while. They showed it several years ago at E3 at the Ubisoft press event, and then again, nothing more about it. So I hope that Beyond Good and Evil 2 doesn't end up being one of the games, like, there's so much hype for it that when it comes out, like Cyberpunk,
like Duke
I-
Nukem
Yep,
forever.
Duke Nukem Forever. Yep.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the hype for this is going to be more. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to be a good game, but I think people are going to hype this up so much because it's been in development for so long, and when it comes out, they're going to say, this sucks, blah blah blah, this and that. But we'll see, right?
I tried Beyond Good and Evil the first time in 2017, and it's like it's 2017, and I was blown away by this game, man. Like the art, the cutscenes, and stuff like that. It was very well made for the time. Like I didn't notice that, but yeah, I tried it on GameCube and was very impressed. So hopefully we can see that. Then we got a Splinter Cell remake that was announced just a few months ago. Expected to be in 2024, 2025. We don't know what console this is coming on yet, what platform. People have been begging for some more Splinter Cell. They haven't released one since like Blacklist, I think. So I think people are going to be very happy. I don't think people can be disappointed because like, how can you ruin a stealth game? Stealth games are like, like, I know you laugh. Like, I know people are gonna complain, but
of course, they will. The majority should be happy with it, and it's being developed here at Ubisoft Toronto. And I know, like, they're actively hiring for this role. I see it on LinkedIn all the time, and stuff like that. So, that's hopefully again another game. I think it's high potential to come to Stadia, because what games really that they're releasing nowadays, Ubisoft, that aren't like, except for there might be one that's PC only, but if it's coming to like PlayStation and Xbox, then it's 99% going to be coming to Stadia as well, as a general rule.
This one is very popular, so I can't see it not. They must have started building the game in mind that it could become a cloud game, right? So we'll see how this goes. The Division Mobile, I haven't heard of that one, but I'm kind of curious to see what kind of mechanics they're going to bring in there. So, is it going to be like a high graphical mobile game? Is it going to be more like of a card game? You never know, right? So, interesting to know what they'll be bringing.
Yeah.
And other mobile games. So, it looks like we're going to get Just Dance 2023. Assassin's Creed VR, Splinter Cell VR, Settlers. Settlers. We've seen the demo. Rocksmith Plus, and everything in between, man. So as usual,
and that makes sense too. Like, people sometimes discount mobile, but there's a giant market on mobile, and that's what's awesome to be able to play Stadia on mobile here. So
I honestly don't mind a few mobile games that I play myself. So as long as it supports the controller, I'm all good. Like that's all I want, because touchscreen, I don't know about that, but So guys, let me close this, and it looks like we are done with the community news. So during this show, we actually opened a poll here. We asked you guys, do you think that the difficulty of porting games on Stadia depends on a game-to-game basis? So let me... Actually, John, are you logged in on your account right now? Do you think you can end the poll? Okay, because I need to...
see.
Okay,
end the poll. So we're going to see here. End the poll.
Okay.
And let's see if we can look here. We get you might see it before I do.
Yeah, well, I can see it on the top here. So we had 45 votes in. And it looks like we got yes for 77 and no for 22%. So I'm kind of curious to people who said no about that. Because, it's a very interesting subject, because we've interviewed a lot of people so far. Some people say, like Ethan, for example, he said it was very easy. He created his own porting system for Jackbox Party, right? And I've heard some people that they were like pulling their hair out. It was super hard. It made no sense. And then some people who were like mediumly, like I maybe like Kyoken, who said like it took them like a year to port, or like they started last year. So it's very interesting to me.
Yeah. I mean, my personal thoughts on it are, it does depend on the game. I think Of course, like with Kyoken, they were talking about, they worked on it over the last year. We know in July is when they were talking about these new tools to make it easier to develop for Stadia. So, and like they're saying, we wish that these tools were available to us earlier, the low change porting.
Yeah.
So I think really it really depends on the game. And the complexity of it. If it's a fairly simplistic game, I don't think there's going to be a lot involved to it. But again, with these new tools, it should make things a lot easier. And by all means, it certainly sounds that way. They're headed really in the right direction, certification, and just making everything's like overall easy. So I think I'm going to agree with the poll here that it just depend on, it's on a game to game basis here. On how difficult or complex the game is.
Yeah, so chat, this is the open chat, by the way. I didn't mention that, but feel free to give us your opinion on this. We're just curious to know what you think about this question. Do you think that the difficulty of porting games on Stadia depends on a game-to-game basis? Now, John, with the new Windows porting, do you think that this will generalize the porting method a lot? Do you think that a lot of people will take just the same kind of resources now with the new Windows to Stadia to the next?
I think that, and if I remember correctly during those sessions at the conference there, that they're saying that the team need or the people power, as we call it, in order to do it is significantly reduced. So say, for example, and these are just numbers I'm pulling out of my head, if you needed 20 people before to work on a game, porting it to an existing game, mind you, it's on Windows, and porting it over, if you needed 20 people, now you may need a quarter of that size, so 5, right? So it greatly reduces it. They did, from what I got from it, is they did stress that, there's that initial learning curve phase and getting things set up. But once you get into the flow of things, then it becomes a lot easier. We saw that, of course, and this makes sense to me on all levels, bringing 64-bit games, so modern games, over is a heck of a lot easier than bringing the 32-bit games, so the older games, over. So because it doesn't natively, like, there's a whole list of reasons. I don't know specifically, but there's a whole list of reasons why they said it, and it seemed like the process for 32-bit to bring over is a lot more complicated. I think you have to emulate the 32-bit environment, so all this different things. But to me, that's really, like, doesn't really matter, because the majority of stuff that we're looking to bring over to Stadia is going to be modern things within the last 5 to 7 years or stuff like that, or even up to 10 years, because 64-bit games are probably even older than that, really. So
and like applications like Unity is now integrating. I think they have a lot of communication with Stadia, and they're trying to make it easy for the developer to make it port now with their system, which is nice. Granted is saying the source engine probably makes a huge difference. I think John just said that, right? So I think Vulkan, from my understanding, if it's on Vulkan, it's like almost like a straight up port, right? Like you just because Vulkan is pretty much what Linux is based on. But what about Unreal Engine? Like, from what I understand,
No, go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to.
So from what I understand, Unreal Engine 4 is supported, right? But not 5 at the moment.
Not 5 yet, and they're working on that. So I think that my honest opinion is that some people think, oh well, just because it's supported, it should be a click of a button or fairly simple. Well, I think it is. It's easier than if it wasn't supported, but there's still that work to be done. These low change porting tools will make that even easy, like the process even more efficient and faster. I think that we'll probably see the fruits of these tools because we know that they're going to open them up to all the developers later on in the year. I don't know if did they say June? For some reason, I thought June was sticking in my head. But
Okay.
anyways, regardless, like they're going to open this up. So I think within the next year, right, we're going to start to see that since these tools are available, people getting familiar with them. Again, once they get familiar with the stuff, then it's an easier process. I'm pretty sure, and I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that they mentioned like probably Overcooked in the golf game that's coming next month. I'm pretty sure are using those low change porting tools to come over. I believe that developer or publisher was listed on there on the slide at the conference, but I think we're going to start to see more. We know City Skylines as well. It was low change porting. So it's just going to take a little bit of time. It basically, if you think about it, people bringing the stuff over, it's like when a new system comes out, a new platform, PlayStation 5, Series X, like it takes a little bit of time for people to get up to par with the tools. This being PC centric should be a little bit easier. And hopefully that we can possibly in the near future talk to some developers that have used these tools and give us their thoughts on it. Like that's our main goal. We definitely want to be able to talk with these developers. Just as a note, we tried to get all you can eat overcooked devs to come on the show, but they turned down our offer. They were too busy developing a new title,
which is good.
So which is good. So unfortunately, we aren't able to get them on the show. But yeah, we definitely would like to talk to some developers that have used the tools, and to get their opinion on them.
Yeah. So I had like kind of an interview with oh my gosh, Thomas Sala, the developer of the Falconeer.
Yes.
On my channel, and the way he did the porting was very different. He mentioned that he basically dumped the game on Stadia, and the frame per second was was just whack, I don't know, 400, let's say, and he had to like minimize that, and it was weird, like the amount, like I guess the amount of frames was messing up his game, and so there's different ways, I guess, to port this, right? But that's how we do it. I guess the way he developed it was compatible with Stadia, but he had these issues that he had to fix while doing that.
Yeah. And so we see here in the chat, it said if it's Sony here is saying if it's the latest version of Unreal Engine and Unity, it's an easier port now because of the new tools. If it's an older versions, that's where it's hard. So the new porting will change that, though. So that makes sense, with Kyoken saying, they started to work on it a year ago. This is before these tools were available or offered to them or developers. So it makes sense. And I had actually gotten a question. Someone sent me a question on Reddit. They sent me a DM asking something similar to this in regards to Deliver Us the Moon. So I did reach back out to them to see if they could maybe comment on it. I don't know if they can. But I think, kind of like what we're talking about here, like this, it makes the most sense as they started to bring the game over to Stadia before these added tools. And obviously this is part of the feedback, right? That Stadia hears from the developers. We want to be able to bring the stuff over easier, and this is what we have a problem with. That's what we have a problem with, and making these changes. So it's good.
Exactly. Here, Califat says, wait, what did he say? Oh, I'm back. Did I miss a drawing? I had to deal with some things. So what do you think, John? Do you think it's time to do the drawing right now?
I think it's time to do the drawing here. Let me see here. What do we see? Oh, I want to give a shout out. I just saw it now. Geek to Sneak. Thanks for becoming a member of the Gaming Scarmy. I'm not sure how long ago that was. Just because of the restream interface, we can't see. I actually saw it over on the bot. So thank you so much, Geek to Sneak. Appreciate that. Okay, so here we go. We are going to give away a copy of Mad Streets. Now, if you want to enter, what you're going to need to do, and if you haven't already, you're going to type in hashtag Mad Streets, and we'll give away a copy of the game on Stadia. So here's your last chance to get in here. I see. We'll just take one more person here, highlight their. What happened? Oh, here we go. Nope. Here we go.
Oops. Oh, I just removed your message. Sorry. What did you want to say?
It's okay. I was going to say here, this is to give people coming. David says, a bit late to the party. Howdy, everyone. Looks like it's been a good chat. It has been, David.
Yeah.
As much as Ninja and I talk about, we try to trim down the content of the show. I mean, we're trying here. It's not like people are complaining. Like some people have mildly, mentioned to us about the length of it, but there's just so much to talk about. We've even filtered out other stuff that we could have added to the show here, and we didn't.
It's funny because pre-show was like, 1.5 hour,
I know.
This is
was like,
this time,
we got this 1.5 hours. And look at there, our Avon selling friend Anthony the Cowboy is saying, bring more people for me to beat up.
Yeah.
So, okay, so here we go. Enough of all the talk here.
We like to talk, sorry.
Bring this over here. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so we're gonna do a draw here, everybody's. If I call your name, or the bot chooses, the bot's going to announce it here. There's Granite T-Rock saying hashtag angry streets. You have 1 minute to claim your prize. So here we go. Fingers crossed, everybody. And we're going to go. We're going to choose our winner here.
Good luck, everyone.
Our winner is Carmelo.
Wow.
I don't know if Carmelo's here or not. If he's listening, did you stay on, Carmelo? We're making it fair, so you've got to be here to be able to claim your prize. Carmelo, if you're here, all you have to do is speak up. You've got about 40 more seconds to claim your prize here. If not, we're going to re-roll and see who else is going to win. And in the meantime, for that, I need to check something here. I need to check my little bag of goodies here. We've got about 30 seconds left. Oh, and also want to give a shout out again. The interface here in Restream doesn't allow us to see it. Thank you for Dwayne Benjamin for the cup of coffee.
Oh,
thanks so much. I apologize. It doesn't show up only if you're using OBS or Streamlabs. That will show up. So thank you so much again. I really do appreciate it. Carmelo, you've got 10 seconds left, my friend. If you're not here, we are going to pick somebody else here. And here we go. Well, it looks like it. Sorry, Carmelo. Wah, wah, wah. Our new winners, Geek the Sneak. Geek the Sneak, who became a member here.
Our new member, yep.
Yep, a new member and a well-known person in the Stadia community. If you're here, Geek the Sneak, you won. All you have to do is speak up to claim your prize. Now, I was looking in my bag of tricks here. I do have... So we're giving away a copy of Mad Streets on Stadia. There we go. Yep, there we go. Geek the Sneak, my friend. You have won a copy of Mad Streets. You can whip the Cowboy's butt here. Look, he got timed out by the bot for 5 seconds because he was so happy. Yeah. Yep, so Geek the Sneak, all you need to do is just send me a DM on Twitter or on Discord. If you type in !contact, you can get my contact information. Now, what I did want to mention here is that I also have a code for Mad Streets on PC that I would like to give away, but I'm not sure if there's anybody in the chat here who would be interested in Mad Streets on PC. I think what we'll do, because not necessarily everybody that signed up here would like it. I wonder if I can clear. So Geek the Sneak 1. Let's see if I can clear the giveaway here and start over, and we can maybe do for like a minute or two for people to get in. Let's go back here.
Caliphate has a good question. He says, "Can I play on GFN if he wins the PC version?" I'll take a look.
Yeah, you can take a look here. So I'm going to open up a new. Yes, it is crossplay with PC. So I'm going to open up the chat or the giveaway here, and it's going to be again. Hold on, let me get it in here, people. Mad Streets. Okay, so if you would like to win Mad Streets on PC, type in hashtag Mad Streets. We're gonna limit this because this is just an ad, like off the blue type thing. We're gonna limit this for 2 minutes. For the next 2 minutes, if you would like to enter hashtag Mad Streets, it's gonna be Mad Streets on PC. It is cross-play compatible.
It is not on GFN.
No, it's not on GFN. Nope. But I don't think there's high requirements for the game on PC. So yeah, so if you'd like to get your chance in here, crossplay with PlayStation, crossplay with Xbox, PC, and Stadia. Hashtag Mad Streets on the PCs, and that way we can give two copies of the game away. Geek to Sneak one on Stadia, and we're about ready here to give it away on PC. I've got 4 people entered now, and about a minute left before we close the entries here. So if you would like to win Mad Streets on PC, enter hashtag Mad Streets. We saw a lot of updates that they put out. They just published today while we were live doing the show here, so that was awesome. And again, yeah, this key is for Steam. And yeah, still 4 people, so you have a lot. Oh, now we've got 5 people that has a chance to win. And guys, I know that it's kind of disappointing when you don't win, and that's why I look at my little bag of tricks here to see what else I have. We'll have other giveaways in the near future, so don't worry. I'll try and see if maybe we can figure out some more Mad Street stuff. Maybe in the upcoming months. The developer has already been so kind and nice. So if you would like to win Mad Streets on PCs, hashtag Mad Streets. We've got 30 seconds left before we choose our winner here, and I'm coming up with just random things to talk about.
I can help out.
yeah. No, it's okay here. 15 seconds left here. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for coming out today's show. We really do appreciate all the love and support. Please, if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. We love bringing these shows here every week, and sometimes twice a week, depending on developer interviews and whatnot. So, okay, I'm done blabbing, and we are getting ready to go. We are going to give away Mad Streets on the PCs for Steam. So here we go, in the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hashtag stalling streets like Granite Rock. Yeah. Okay, here we go. David Robinson. Holy macro. He was a guest on the show today, and David's back here. At what time? So, David, it is probably near midnight in the UK there. David,
yeah.
If you're here, look at this. Anthony still sticking around. Smack Talk. I'm going to give away another Mad Streets code this week. Okay, so Anthony's got another code, so look out for that.
Oh, there he is.
Good. There we go. David's here. Awesome. So, David, just send me a DM on Discord, and I'll get you that code. Geek to Sneak, the same as well. Discord, Twitter, hit me up, and we will get those codes out to you. So, other than that, I think we're getting ready here to close the show. Another exciting episode. 25 episodes. What, we're a quarter of the way there to 100. I mean, who knows? Next thing you know, we're going to be at 50, 75, and then the 100th episode. So it's going to be fantastic. And again, we couldn't do it without all of you. And also, NinjaGuy, thank you so much. I appreciate.
Same to you.
I mean,
really appreciate all the help.
We work together as a team so well, and are great friends, and we share the same passion for Stadia and gaming in general. So it's really great to be able to do these shows and work with you. It's awesome.
Yes, definitely the same. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better co-host. You're very helpful.
Yep, awesome. So I think with that, we're going to end the show. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Take care, and we will see you all again real soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.